and the magic machine tells us that we're live. Now, can you hear us? We've got
hello. Hi to everybody out there in the live chat.
To my left, I believe, is the one and only Sam Shadow.
Salutations. It's an honor to be here. Thanks for having me.
No. The honor is literally all mine. I have known Sam so long. The honor is literally.
Oops, I apologize. I did not mute my audio on the other end. Sorry about that. See, we're already off to a great start.
For once, it's not me. You know what I mean? We've known each other so long that we can remember when the technology was so antiquated that it would do that like naturally. And I used to be able to play like those like Robert Frippatronics effects, and I would just be able to talk over myself and just like get it going.
Oh, I remember.
The infinite digital today, the infinite digital now afforded us by YouTube. We've had many incarnations in this lifetime, and that's beautiful. And we say hello to the people in the live chat. We say hello to, first in the live chat, of course, Golden Coin 100 without fail. Gold medal onto you. Jonaside, sticking up for the often unsung, the one that you can't grab with confidence. You have to say, always say, is this a D12? Yeah, it's a D12. The favorite die is a D12. That's code, by the way. If you ever had Gen Con and someone saddles up to you in the whatever room and says, by the way, my favorite die has always been the D12, and you know what that means, you sicken me. I mean, I know what it means, but that's only because, it's my job to know. Jonaside, you sicken me. But thank you for your swell support, always being here. Tim Frey, speaking of people who sicken me, Tim Frey, I told you, I won't see you around here no more. No, listen, Tim Frey, from across the pond. Tim Frey, hello. Well, no, now we got a hey. He must be on the run from Interpol.
I thought it was more like hey. Like he was throwing a little bit of sass in it.
He's from across the pond, so I don't know how much sass he has to throw.
It ain't nothing but a spot.
Sass, but he might hurt himself. There you go. Don't.
Kid.
He does not know what a D12. He still offends me. Anyway, we also have Jilly Beans.
Oh, it's so great to see Jilly here. It's great to see Jonaside. It's great to see everybody. It's been so long. Feels like a mini reunion going on.
It does. I can't help but fail to notice that it's like a mini reunion now that you're here. But I've been slogging it out here for months. Some of these jackasses just haven't shown. I'm kidding. Everyone has shown, except Jilly Beans. No, I'm kidding. We're happy to see everybody here. And for those people who are joining us, not because they give a darn about the fact that we're such lovely human beings, but because they read the title of today's live stream or video and think to themselves, gee, I'm one of the 0.000000000000001% of solo RPG players who have deeper questions about the Micro Chapbook RPG system, wants to know how to play, and needs their handheld and want to know more about the system. And I want to say I love this system, and I started off my YouTube RPG channel really, really, really full steam ahead banging on this system and really, really coming out and showing a lot of love for it. And it just, I think I probably, then you hit reality, and it's just like there wasn't a lot of feedback or response. And so eventually I just, kind of, petered off. Now, at some point after I had petered off with it, my good friend Sam reached out and said, hey, probably because they, you're friends with YouTube channels, you watch dutifully, but some of the stuff you watch out of obligation. So I could tell like how far in my channel you were, because it was like I'd already, like, it had been like 2 months since I had spoken about Micro Chapbook RPG, and you contacted me. You were like, hey, you talked about this Micro Chapbook RPG. I'd be down to play. And I was like, well, okay, great. So then I got back to stuff, started talking about, we're going to do this. We're going to get together and play. That may have been like December of like 2020. December. I don't know what it was.
It was December.
Right. And then of course, like all great plans, like we're going to get the band back together. We were like, yeah, you know what I mean? And it was like, we're going to be called Alpha Twister, and it's going to be like surf. But like, what if we were all blind jazz musicians? It was like, yeah, okay, cool, bro. Didn't happen. But
now it's happening.
It's happening now. I came back and started doing the Micro Chapbook RPG stuff and said, this shit, I'm going to come back to this. And by the way, yesterday was my birthday.
Happy late birthday. Oh, wow.
Thank you. I don't blame anyone because I'm not on social. I left Twitter and I haven't been on Facebook for years. So when people don't know it's my birthday, I'm totally like, don't worry about it. Because you know what I mean? Like if you weren't a coworker and I didn't walk by when they were cutting up the cake, I wouldn't know when it was, you know what I mean? Like, don't worry about it. Like,
and I wouldn't hold it against you.
You know what I mean? Like my mom lets me know when it's my brother's birthday. You know what I mean? Like it's, don't worry about it. You know what I mean? So I'm letting everyone know it was my birthday. But like a late birthday surprise, I got contacted this AM and someone sent me some character sheets, some PC sheets, and I was like, I was going to do this stream already today, because following up from my last video where let's be honest, I talked honestly and candidly about the advanced, character guide, talked about, what it had, but also talked about what I thought were a lot of its rough edges and, what was kind of happening with the system at this point, yada, yada. Moving on from that, I had some ideas that I want to continue on with exploring it. So I had some stuff I had, done some play testing and stuff. So I had some stuff I wanted to talk about and stuff I wanted to do and some notes I wanted to share. But then Sam reached out and said, they'd be down to play and stuff. I said, well, you know what? Why don't we just talk and play today? I said, I had some stuff and some playtest stuff I was going to talk about and go through. You have some characters you drew up and have some questions and, want to, dip your toe and get involved. No worries. Like I said, when I left social media, you wouldn't have gotten the updates. So don't worry about it. You know what I mean? If you're out there in La La Land, dude, now that I'm off social media, heads up.
I feel extremely flattered. My birthday present to you is my presence.
There you go.
That sounded extremely narcissistic.
That it was that, you know what I mean? That we're not live and in person, sister. You know what I mean? You'd be like, my presence is my presence. I'd be like,
But
there you go.
I saw your I've had the book since last December, like you mentioned, but after watching your video the other day, it rang my it reminded me of it, and I was like, wow, I really need to play this, because honestly, after reading it and after not playing an RPG for several years, I don't know, like it seems right at about my skill level. Like it's very simple, and I like the idea that it's something you can play alone as well. So I think that, and it only requires 6-sided die. So, that, like, I don't know, it's perfect for my monkey brain.
Well, and then that I think you hit something really, succinctly, which is this: it is grokkable, it is understandable, and you can get your head around it. And what I think it'll do is, we were talking about this before we went on air, and I said to Sam, I said, I bet you actually have more tabletop role playing game experience than I do. And they pushed back, and you refuted that. You said, you shared with us, your tabletop experience, and if you want, bring the audience up to speed, you can.
Well, there's not much to bring up. I did play D&D quite a bit in high school, like from about 15 to 18 or so, and then maybe a little bit here and there, but I fell off after I went to college and everything. But I still, like, I mean, I have enough knowledge to have a casual understanding of how to play the game, and I've played plenty of games like Final Fantasy or Diablo and what have you over the years. So, like, even though those aren't tabletops, like, it's still the idea of a class and a character that you cultivate skill points for and
Right.
going on an adventure and stuff. But after even considering all of that, I still refuse to believe that I have any more knowledge of tabletop.
No. But like, if you go back through my bio, it's like, despite the fact that what ends up happening is that, like, so I've been back in the swing since like 2022, when I kind of fully got back into it. But before that, basically my bio in a nutshell is, I played, but not necessarily really in high school. Really, for me, it was really middle school. It was like 85, 86, 87. It started tapering off when I got really more into like heavy metal music, and that became how I was going to get down with really pissing off people and being into Satan. You know what I mean? And like courting my love affair with the devil and dark forces and whatever. So, but and then it was like, most people, like, you still are into the culture and stuff, so you see a used book somewhere, you whatever, you're still aware of it and everything. And then, but even getting back into it, you start dipping your toe into it, and you quickly realize, like, some systems, like the new Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition, is like a mind blower. Because if you were like into Dungeons and Dragons and played like 83 edition or whatever, the complexity level just like ramps up crazy. It's true. It can be a mind blower. But there's a lot of games like this and stuff that is like fairly, simple stuff. You can feel like, oh my God, this is like crazy stuff. But like, you realize, like, this stuff is designed for 12-year-olds. Like, this is not like astrophysics. And and in particular, as you said, you mentioned like Final Fantasy. I was the same way. Once I discovered that there were games like even the original ports of Ultima to the NES, I was like, why am I going to mess around with like pens and papers and rolling dice when these computers and the video game system is going to do it for me? It just seems like a no-brainer. So like, coming back to stuff, like, I like a lot of the things that people wouldn't like about Micro Chapbook RPG, like the systemic, like, repetitious cycle of it, that some people that are into like classic Dungeons and Dragons or fantasy role-playing game, or just like immersive storytelling role-playing game, might not like. Being into JRPGs like that, like, I can kind of dig it. I can like see how it's just like, boop. Like, I have no problem visualizing the guys being like, like doing the same thing, like doing a ranged attack and then going back to doing melee and then doing a ranged attack again. Like, I don't really have a problem with that. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And that's a good point as well, because like tabletops are a turn-based system, just like Final Fantasy and Pokemon, Dragon Quest, any of that stuff. Ultimate.
Right. Yeah, at the end of the day, you have to realize that this is not occurring in any sort of, it's all simulation. It's all, none of this is realistic. And if you try to that's when you get into those crunch battles, when you try and reproduce realism, then you end up rolling 10,000 dice and having those games where you have like hit point damages for the spleen, You know what I mean? And, like realistic knockout physics and stuff where it's like, oh my God, you know what I mean? Like, forget it. And that's some of the things that you might have issues with, where I might have issues with some of the like advanced stuff into the advanced system where it's like the endless addition or subtraction of modifiers where it's like, come on, like we don't need to do this. Like, forget the granularity. Like, let's just roll some dice and imagine people going through a dungeon. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Right.
And I feel like even if one wanted to, like, it's all depending on like how much time you invest or like care to invest in one of those systems, right? Like me, I don't know if I would have the patience for like Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition. One of the older ones for sure, but like, I don't know, Micro Chapbook RPG. It's something that, it took me like 30 minutes or something to make both of these characters and have a rough understanding of how the game works. And I'm going to have to ask you questions as we go along, by the way.
That's what I thought was ideal, because here's what basically I'll tell people what the idea for the video would have been if you hadn't of, the opportunity hadn't presented itself to have you join me for tonight's presentation. And then we'll talk about how we're going to be able to integrate you and have it, supplement what I was going to do anyway. Okay. So here's what would have happened if I had not bumped into Sam on the virtual sidewalk of life this AM. I had talked about Micro Chapbook RPG, the advanced character guide, last time we were together on this channel. And I had talked a little bit, leading up to and concluding with, discussion of the dungeon, the first dungeon, the Trial of Heroes, at the end of the book. I may have gone into discussion of it. I don't know how specifically I got into it with the notion of these, danger modifiers or dungeon modifiers that are presented with the monsters, the +2 and -2 modifiers, ranging up to +1 or minus or 0 for some of them, and talking about how I didn't think that system really worked. And I don't think it works at all. There's not enough granularity, and I'll explain to you why. But maybe that's getting a little bit into the weeds. But basically it's this. It's like, well, because I opened up the door, let me just explain it. At its basic level, you only have 5. It's a D6 roll under system, and a 6 is a critical failure. So no stat goes to 6 because there's no point of having a stat go to 6. I'm going to leave aside the advanced die, ladder system that you can engage in the advanced system. Let's just keep it to the D6 system for now.
Thank you.
D6 is a critical failure. So no stat goes above D5. So the ultimate point level you can have in an attribute is a 5, right? If you've got a monster that is a modifier that brings you down to -2, and you also have some rooms and some conditions that can lower things down by -1, you have rooms that have a possibility of having -3 to a roll. If the ultimate score you can have is a 5, it means you can have a success on a 5, a 4, a 3, a 2, or a 1, and everybody can have a success on a 1. If there's a -3 to rolls in the room, that means a person with an ultimate score of 5 can only win on a 2 or a 1, right? Because if they get a 3 and there's a -3, it's bringing them down to 0. Right? If they get a 4, it's bringing them down to 1, which they would have won on anyway. If they have a 5, it brings them down to just 2. If they have a 6, they've rolled the critical failure. That's if they've got the ultimate score. If they've got a 4, the one less than the ultimate score attribute, they can only win on a ultimate roll, on a 1, which is a critical success in the system. So if you have anything less than the ultimate 5 in an attribute, you cannot say strength or charisma, which are the two, ultimate, attributes in the system, really. If you've got a -2 monster Well, I guess no, it's a +2, like a +2 modifier to your roll, and you're also in one of the rooms or corridors that also presents you with a +1 or more. You have a room or a condition where most people can only succeed on a critical success. I mean, that's worse than, fighting fantasy game book. I mean, that's just like that's just worse odds than anything. It's just not balanced. So I would say to people, the first thing I would tell people is, if you're playing Micro Chapbook RPG systems, is take those damage modifiers that are presented with those monsters in any game that you have and just chuck them out the fucking window. Don't even worry about them. It's a system that does not fucking work. In my humble opinion, your mileage might vary. It might make sense to put those back in if you're dealing with having characters that go up in these levels, but you have to be honest and realize how much it takes to level up these characters, even if you're dealing with 100 XP or 100 gold. So what I had done was I wanted to play test, not against this dungeon that I thought was kind of critically messed up, but I took an older dungeon through the Frosted Wood, which is one of these quick start adventures for Micro Chapbook RPG. I guarantee you can find this pay what you want on drive-through or on Scribd or somewhere on the dark recesses of the internet for next to nothing or barely next to nothing. It's copyright 2020 by Noah Patterson. And what I did was, Sam, are you familiar with the basics of dungeon generation in the system?
Yeah, I think so. So you roll a 6-sided die, and the number that lands on is how many squares you use to generate the room on the graph paper, right? But then you have to roll for the doors.
Yeah, it usually goes like this. It can either be, depending on the particular book or game you have in front of you. Sometimes it's 2d6 for the room size. Sometimes it's a d20. I've seen 2d12. It can vary from game to game, but you have the essentials correct. It's usually a 2d6 or a d20. You roll that. That would be the number of squares in the room. If you have either 4, depending on the book, again, this can vary from book to book. It's either sometimes 4 rooms of 4 or more or 6 or more. If it's less than that, you can't do a ranged attack. But once you determine the size of the room, you roll a 3-sided dice, which could be either a dedicated 3-sided die, which you can sometimes find. Do I have one here? Don't worry about it. I won't search. Or you take a 6-sided die and just have it and round up. And that would be the number of doors, right? And then, depending on the book you have, you would figure out what type of room it is.
Oh, okay. Wait, is that so is that like where you actually are selecting the scenario or the story you want to play through?
Yeah, depending on the scenario or dungeon you have in front of you, most of these things would have a table, a D6 table for room type, door type, and the later editions also sometimes would have a D6 table for trap type. Okay, so once you generated the size of your room, you would generate the number of doors. Now, you don't need to worry about what type of doors they are now. You don't really need to worry about that until you're deciding to exit at the conclusion of your adventure in the room. Once you figure out the size of the room and the number of doors, you could really figure out the number of doors at the tail end if you wanted to. You take a roll and figure out what type of room it is. And that's what I talked about with the modifiers. Like, so for example, in this adventure we have here, It has the clearing types. In this adventure through the Frosted Woods, the rooms are not traditional dungeon rooms per se. They're like clearings. They're different types of like forest areas, like you're in a forest, right? So you'd roll a d6. Here, roll a d6 for me, friend.
Right now?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. I got a 5. Is it a 5? You didn't see the dice? Yes.
It's a 5? There you go. No, I trust you.
Okay.
You wouldn't lie to me, would you?
No, I totally wouldn't skew this dice in my favor. No, I wouldn't make this up. I did land on a 5.
The way you joking about lying about dice.
I promise I landed on a 5.
No, I know that time, but you wouldn't ever lie to me about the dice, would you?
No, I would not. We can always use a digital dice generator.
Well, no, we couldn't. You know why?
Wait, why?
Because those would be digital dice, right?
Okay. I got you.
Do you got me? I don't know.
No, it's the same reason you would never bet on a digital greyhound, right?
There's no such thing as a digital greyhound.
Yes, there is. But that's a whole other conversation.
They got to you too, huh? You believe in digital greyhounds?
When they outlawed dog racing, they replaced them with digital dog tracks. But who would bet on a digital
replace them with things that they call digital greyhounds, but those aren't actually digital greyhounds because there's no such thing as a digital greyhound, because the thing that they're calling a digital greyhound is just called the digital greyhound, but it's not a digital greyhound. Why? Because greyhounds are real live living things, Sam. They're not digital contraptions built by man.
And dice are
don't let them take over your brain, kid.
With little polka dots on them.
Don't lie about the dice, man. Don't let them take over your brain, kid. There's no such thing as digital greyhounds. That's why this is a masterclass. Yo, you can believe anything you want. Yo, there's no. Am I right or am I wrong? I get it that there's
my point was nobody who wants to win anything at gambling would bet on a digital greyhound.
Exactly, but that's how. But you get it that they were able to do that, and how did they do that? Because they were able to get them to think that they were digital greyhounds, right? Just like they get you to think that you're rolling digital dice.
Exactly. No, I get.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying here. No. I'm following.
Right. I barely know that I'm here because I'm looking at myself on a screen, kid. You know what I mean? We're losing ground every day. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Number 5. You're in a snowy clearing. The snow is accumulated here in this clearing. It makes movement difficult. +1 on strength checks, right? And that's a critical check, is the strength check. And you'd be adding a +1. If we were dealing with these monsters like in the advanced book and it had additional +1s, you'd see how the odds go against you. And I don't think that's what those you got to be careful adding modifiers to everything in this game, because in a game like that's a D20 game like Dungeons and Dragons 3rd edition or 5th edition, you add a +1. What is that? You add a +1 or a +2 in this game. Whoa, right?
Yeah.
It's a big deal. Well, but we get there. So anyway, then you would roll for the number of monsters that are there. And you make 2 rolls for monsters because you need to figure out what type of monsters are in there. Now, some systems have more advanced rules where you can have different types of monsters all in the same room. But for this basic iteration, you're just going to roll once to figure out the type of monster. And then you're going to roll another again to figure out the number of the monsters that are in that room. And now remember, monsters are going to have a max number, okay? And if you have a small room, like say you have a room that's just 4 squares big, and there's a max number of there could be 6 snow rats. But if you're in a room that's just, 4 squares big, and you get 6 snow rats, you don't have enough squares. There can only be 4 rats in that room, okay? Now here's the other thing. You also know this. There's special rules about what type of guy?
I'm not sure.
The boss.
Oh, okay.
The
That should
boss is
be obvious,
special.
but I couldn't think.
No, it's okay. We're playing a game, so there's no wrong answers. Don't worry about it. When you roll for the monsters, there's a D6 table most of the time for monsters, and the last person is going to be the boss. But the boss has special appearance rules. The boss can't appear until you've seen all the other monsters on the list. And sometimes, usually, the monster also can't appear unless you roll a specific type of room. Now, in later editions, those rules are modified or there's additional rules given that ease those rules just a little bit, because what people were finding in early versions of the game were you'd go and you'd go and you'd slog and you'd slog and you keep on hitting the same monsters and never get to the boss. And it was just impossible to do. So that's why you get these additional extra rules. So I had myself with this situation. I had drawn up a character with the Micro Chapbook advanced rules, and I wanted to play it in this earlier dungeon, not one of these later dungeons with the damage modifier monsters, with all these extra conditions and stuff. But I didn't want to run the risk of not getting through a play test or getting through to what I wanted to know, like how they would perform, because I had a feeling that they would just cut through these dungeons that used to be so hard, because I felt as though the damage modifiers were too intense, but I felt that the characters with their special abilities and the extra way that you could roll their stats real big and the damage modifiers that they would have would be too OP. But I didn't want to run the risk of generating this random dungeon that would be so big and so big and so big without getting these results of seeing how they would perform against all these tests that you see in each individual dungeon. So I came up with a system that I call the dungeon room breakdown of, and I was going to make a scan of this and send it to you, but I didn't have time.
I understand. Can't send it to me either later tonight or tomorrow.
So I definitely will. Now here, but I'm going to take you through it. I'm going to take the people at home through it. Okay.
Gotcha.
And we're going to explain how this works, and you're going to be able to do it, because here's the great thing is this. You see this thing over here, this straight caterpillar line?
Yes.
That's the map.
Oh, so it's just
6 rooms,
like one straight.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's basically, we've taken all the randomness out of it. This is I'm going to show you how you can take any regular Micro Chapbook RPG dungeon.
Okay.
Is a random table of is a D6 random table of doors and a D6 random table of monsters and a D6 random table of room types. So all this is not that random. This is the doors in order with the rooms in order and the monsters in order. You know what I mean? It's door number 1, door number 2, door number 3, door number 4, door number 5, door number 6. And then it's the rooms in reverse order, because they have to have the rooms in reverse order so we can satisfy the conditions of having the monster in the room, because don't worry about it.
Okay.
It's room number 6, room number 5, room number 4, room number 3, room number 2, then room number 1. You understand? And it's the first monsters, it's the second monsters, it's the third monsters, it's the fourth monsters, it's the fifth monster, and then it's the boss.
So the reason, yeah, but I get you, and it's funny that you mentioned that, because like right at the beginning, I was going to ask you, like, when I read the book, I realized that in the original rules, he goes from, obviously like 1 being the the best number you can roll to like 6 being the worst. But there's also like the little anecdote at the end that if you want to, you can do it like on an upward scale, like 6 being best. So I wasn't sure like how you personally played the game, but so like I don't know, that was like one little thing. But no, I understand why you arranged the rooms in that order, though. It's the same concept, right? Like
No, not even. It's just this. Here, let me show you. Here's how it goes. I just want to make sure that any character going through this is basically so that, and the way that this arrangement goes is so that any person going through this scenario will encounter every experience available by this table, every experience available by the other tables. You'll encounter everything once.
oh,
So it's literally, the doorway chart is 1, 2 is trapped, 3 is locked, 4 is stuck, 5 and 6 is unlocked. So it's the first door is trapped, the second door is trapped, the third door is enchanted, which is their version of
like cursed or something.
Then fourth is blocked, just as their version is stuck. Then the fifth is clear, and the sixth is clear. See what I'm saying? Now, when it came to the rooms, the only reason that I reversed it is because, here, I'll show you. The clearing types are, they listed the first room that they put in is the Winter's Throne, which is the boss's chamber. So I just put that as the last room because it had to be, because to have the boss in the last chamber, I had to have the throne room be the last room. So that's the only reason why I reversed it.
It makes you wonder if that was some sort of error on Noah Patterson's part.
I'll get you. Oh, listen, I'll discuss, because the way that they do the items pisses me off, because it makes no sense, because they have 1 through 5. No, it's 1 through 5. You get that much gold, but then it's, if you get a 6, you roll on the item chart. But the item chart has items 2 through 6, and if you get a 1, you get nothing.
Oh, is this like exploring treasure chests and stuff?
Yeah, but but it makes no sense to me, because it makes it basically means that if you get a 1 on the item chart, you get nothing, but you've already gone on the item chart, so why not just make it, if you get a 6, you get nothing? Like, you know what I mean? It's like, what?
It's like, congratulations, kid, you just won a one-way ticket home.
Nothing. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's like, what? And you know what I mean? It's like, well, it's just, the way that they do but it's like, but you can modify that, but it's just like there's a whole bunch of things that like beg to be modified, and there's all sorts of stuff like, and anyway, you get to this thing. So anyway, so that's why I did that. So then you see, look, so check this out. So once you Xerox this thing, you can do Through the Frosted of Wood as a Danger Room style repeat training holo lab experience. Note, villagers pay 25 gold for answers. So every time you do this, you can award yourself 25 gold. And I even have these are the hit boxes for the 6 rats that have 3 hit points each. So you just go through. So you go, boom, hit the 6 rats, da 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 da. And here are the 6 other people in the snow room, the ice pixies. Now, if they damage you, you have to do a charisma check. And if you lose the charisma check, they do double damage on you. That's the thing with the things with frost magic in this one. But there you go. And anyone at home who does, that's one of the things I put in the description box below, things you'll learn here. This is one of the things of how to do a Danger Room style dungeon. You take all the things and you put it out just like this, like 6 rooms in a row, which is the 6 doors in a row and the 6 monsters, and just do it as like a repeatable, Xeroxable sheet, so you can just keep on running it over and over again. Is it realistic? No, but sometimes you just want to test your builds without doing the whole rigmarole. You just want to see how these things work. So I wanted to see how these things work. So check this out. I created this character with the advanced character guide, right? And and then we'll get to running after I do this explanation. Then I'll be done with my first part of my spiel, and then we'll get your Dex builds.
Awesome.
And we'll see how they do. Check this out.
Okay.
This female Crimson Elf. Her name is Can't Be Number Red. Because I've got this like power, this like God solo RPG shtick. I think that's my shtick. I realize my thing as a solo RPGist is the isometric Diablo 3 view. Like it's basically playing like a God game. Like, where these, you know what I mean? Like these people are like, I'm into the immersive solo RPG experience. I am, Dillbag the Third, bravely trying to bring this medicinal herb to the village. That shit, I'm watching that thing happen to that person, and they're gonna die. And I'm gonna observe it. You know what I mean? That's what's gonna happen to that thing. You know what I mean? Like, and that's whatever, dude. Their damage modifier out the gate is +6. That was, what I was trying to figure out. And so anyway, the biggest thing with this is their damage modifier was +6. A lot of these monsters on the first group of monsters, the second group of monsters, the third group of monsters, their life forces were just 3. So anytime this character hit, you didn't even have to calculate damage because their damage modifier was 6. Right?
Just instant kill. Like,
the only problem was it wasn't like a shotgun approach. I had no multi-shot. So it was all like, if there were 6 of these people in a room, you had to roll. If you missed, you missed. If you got them, you got them. I had them with, dual wielding a dex weapon and a strength weapon. They were proficient in strength, and they had a 5 in strength. So they were scoring all the time on strength. I should have dual wielded strength because then it would have been. But I didn't. I dual wielded strength and dex. Now listen, here's the thing. You realize if your dex is 3, you're probably thinking, oh, that's cool. 3, right? That's half. That's the thing. It's a 1d6 system. It's not a 2d6 system. You don't have no bell curve, right? It's fucking flat. And 1 is an automatic success, Kalu Kalay, but a 6 is an automatic failure. Fuck your mother, right? And it's equal probability that it's like 15% down the right. It's like 15%, whatever it is, like whatever the math is. You have an equal probability of getting each of those numbers. So yeah, if you got a 5, you're gonna hit on a 5. So it's only a 6 that'll knock you out. That's fine. But if you got a 3, that's 3, 2, and 1. Great. 4, 5, and 6, nothing.
When you so here's a question I have for you. So wait, was this character dual wielding weapons? Is that what
Yeah, but they had one of their weapons was a dex weapon, so it only came up in the dexterity round. So
okay,
we go into the room. Let's take the 6 rats, the 6 rat room. Here comes Can't Be Number Red, gorgeous Crimson Elf, red skin, which artificial intelligent art programs don't want to do red skin for some reason. You tell it, red elf with red skin. It says, you want an elf? Check out this white lady. It just, red elf with red skin.
Make her red like a succubus.
It's black. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is. You have to do, I figured out you had to do things like, she's painted red. She's covered in blood. Then it's like, oh, no problem. Whatever, dude. Anyway, here's the wood cudgel. D4 +1. So you know that automatically the weapon by itself automatically does at least 2 points of damage on a hit. And they've got the damage modifier of +6 on character creation. So if they contact with the wood cudgel, that's 8 points of damage right there. They also had the leather sling as the dex weapon for D4 +1. So again, 8 points of damage. But you realize rolling a D6, hoping for it to hit 3 or lower, you're missing a lot of those things. Now, no, there's no penalty, but that's still a roll that's hanging out and having nothing happen. and then waiting for the inevitable pickup of the bravery check. You know, we go into the room. First thing is the bravery check. Now,
Right.
my character has the charisma of 3. And so the willpower is coming down, but if you got big willpower, it's not going to affect it that much. It is what it is. You just don't want to go down to 0 willpower and then have that modifier of +1 on all your rolls until you go creep back up. But the bottom line for me is this. Here's the final analysis. So if anyone wants to really get to the bottom of this, I'm going to make copies, for Sam and send them out to them. If anyone else, wants to if there's more clamor to me to get this into a form that I can get to people, I'll do that as well. If people want a further explanation or have trouble, need me to explain it more, better, put a comment in the comment section below, and I'll go back and try and review it more clearer or whatever. But here's what I figured out with a warrior that started out with stats out of character creation of 5, 3, 2, 3, proficiency and strength, running through this basic danger room dungeon. The hardest thing was just the patience of rolling the dice. Lost almost every willpower throw, charisma of 3 with no proficiency, lost almost every willpower throw, which meant that you constantly saw the willpower coming down. But with the starting max willpower of 35 and knowing that I was going to just have to go through 6 rooms, there wasn't any real concern there at all. It was just constantly rolling the dice. I wish I had done a double wielding strength build so that I would be guaranteed more hits and therefore would have chopped through those lower enemies faster and just gone through the experience faster. And not wasting my time rolling the dice on dexterity and with just, missing so often. But
I have a question on that now that you mentioned it. So going back to what I was going to mention a minute ago, so every time you go to fight, you have to roll 3 different times, right?
You'll roll initially for what's known as the bravery check, which is against your charisma stat, to see if you are tough enough to deal with the confrontation of just dealing with these monstrous enemies. So it's a roll under. So if your charisma was 3, you'd roll a d6 hoping to get 3 or less. I just got 3 on the button. If there's no room modifiers making it harder or anything, or there's no stats on the boss monster making it worse, I've passed. That means I would add +1 to my willpower as long as I'm not at max. If I'm at max willpower, I'm tapped out. I'm capped out. If I'm not at max willpower, I go up a point of willpower. If I fail the charisma check, I'm just -1 willpower. If I go to 0 willpower, all my rolls are at a +1 penalty. I still do all the bravery checks with that penalty, not going below that -1, that +1 penalty. Just always keep it at +1 penalty, knowing that if I then get a successful bravery check, I'm back to normal because I'm now at, 1 willpower, whatever it is. Okay. Then after the bravery check, you would then do a ranged weapon check if you have a ranged weapon.
Okay. I have 1 character with a ranged weapon.
I believe you have 2 characters with a ranged weapon.
No, you're right. I do have 2 characters. Yeah, that's right. One has. Yeah, no, you're right.
Pistol, and one has a crossbow.
That's true. Yeah.
Right. So at the ranged weapon attack, you would roll, and if you are successful, so for example, if you'd roll against your dexterity, and if you're proficient in dexterity, you would roll 2 dice instead of 1 dice, taking the lower one, which would be the better roll. Okay? So, for example, this character in front of me has a dexterity of 3. So if I was proficient at dexterity, this character is not, but if I had a character that was, I would roll 2 dice. I have a 3 and a 5. I would discount the 5, keep the 3, and I'd have a successful hit. I would then roll for whatever damage of my ranged weapon was, and I would subtract that from the life force of one of the enemies in the room. One of my ranged weapons might have a special characteristic allowing me to do additional damage to other people in the room, or I might have multi-shot or something else. But all things being normal, I would just subtract the life force against one of the enemies in the room. Okay?
Okay.
There's not a ranged enemy in the room, and you miss the ranged shot, nothing happens. If you miss the ranged shot and there's one of the enemies are ranged, they get to do damage to you. It's when you miss that you take damage. When you miss, the enemy hits. If the enemy can hit you, they can hit you. If the enemy can't hit you, they can't hit you. Melee enemies can hit melee enemies in response to melee attacks. Ranged enemies can hit ranged enemies in response to ranged attacks. If you attack in ranged and there's a ranged opponent, they do damage to you in response. If you do a ranged attack, fail to connect, but there's no ranged opponent, nothing happens. But everyone must participate in the melee round. Not everyone is required to participate in the ranged attack. If you don't have a ranged weapon, but there are ranged monsters on the other side, nothing happens during the ranged round. Once you get to melee, everyone participates in melee. Regardless of whether or not you have a melee weapon or are armed, you will have to do a strength check to see if you dodge whatever's happening from the opponent. Okay?
Okay.
So I did notice with your two builds that I noticed, it did not appear to me that either of those characters were carrying melee weapons.
No, they didn't have any. I had just enough gold. Well, I got 7 gold on one and 8 on the other. And the one I got 8 on, I ended up investing my extra gold into a shield.
Okay, now when I did the review of I've said this before, and when I did the review of Advanced Character Guide, I made it known that I tend to poo-poo armor and shields, but on retrospect, I maybe should have clarified my opinion and said it might be a matter of choice for player, because here's the deal. If you look at what you may have spent on gold on that shield, you could have bought items that could have replenished, say 1d, like you could, like if you spent 3 gold on how much does the shield cost? Let me look at
it. Was just 1 gold.
It was just 1 gold.
Yeah.
Right. So that gave you like a bonus, a static bonus. That actually makes sense. So like if you take, if you get a health item and take a health item, it's going to replenish you and your max, it's a bonus to your max health.
Yeah.
Now, when a person decides to say spend 3 gold on a piece of armor that's going to add to their max health bonus, they're making a choice to say, I'm going to spend it on getting that max health bonus, or I could spend it on 3 healing items that may give me 6 health points, because 3 crusts of bread could each give me either 3, I could score lousy on an ID3 roll and just get 3 health points for 3 crusts of bread, or I could get 9 because I could get 3, 3, 3. Yeah.
Well, I built these characters a little bit like different from what I usually do, because I almost always make like a warrior or a fighter or some kind of melee combatant, that's all brute strength.
Yes.
And, in these kinds of games. So here I got a little bit, more experimental. Like I made the ranger because she's like, she has that extra dexterity and she has the ability to like do long range attacks. But then I also made the wizard because of her wits and charisma, because I figured whenever we did like locking doors or puzzles or anything, traps, whatever that might entail, like that could come in handy as well.
Right.
to kind of balance out the party. However, because I don't know, I guess I should have asked like what your preference was.
Well, it's not about preference, because here's the thing: we're going to find out what happens when you. So no, it's good. It's good for you, for your poor little innocent characters. Are you emotionally attached to these characters?
No.
No. J. Scott Garrity would not like that. What are the characters' names again?
Okay. Well, actually, I didn't really write bios for them, though. I just filled out
names.
Sheets. They do have names. One, I named them both after Cocteau Twins songs. One is named Beatrix, and she is a elf ranger, and she has a crossbow and strength 2, dexterity 3, wits 1, charisma 2, health 25, willpower 25. So I feel like she would be good for, like, obviously dexterity, long range weapons, things like that.
No. I get it. No, but see, here's the thing. So we know that they'll definitely be good at dexterity. So, but the question is, everyone has to participate in the strength. So I've got predictions about what's going to happen.
Okay. I want to hear.
No, I want to know. Right. Let's do it this way. Let's do it this way.
I should do that or the wizard.
No. Hey, we're playing a game.
Okay.
Right? I think let's get which one. One is called Beatrix,
and the other one is
called Persephone.
Or no, Phoebe. But there is a song from the song Phoebe's Still a Baby, but off of it's the same one with like Caroline's Fingers. I can't remember the album, but you know what I'm talking about.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Wow.
But I actually think this character is a little bit more badass. I got a little bit luckier.
Badass. Let's the badass one take the bullet. Do they know each other?
They do not. Well, no, maybe they do. I haven't thought about like biographies and things. No, well, they're both elves.
They're both elves.
They could.
Well, one of them is going to step up to. Oh, hold on.
They're second cousins and they hate each other. They can't do Thanksgiving.
Okay. As you wish. Now we're cooking with grease. Hold on, wait. There's planning. There's circumstances and there's fate. Who amongst cousins will be tested by fate? Listen. Some call me the game master. Some say that name is cruel. Because what game? Calls the game after school. Listen to what the flower people used to say before they were rounded up and made to fight in this way. Once upon a time, there were real worlds. Some say those days are gone. Some say that they test us here. So to those real worlds, we may be sent away. Who comes and fights this day?
Oh, for me? I flubbed
For
it.
you!
God damn it. Phoebe, elf wizard, comes to fight this day.
Phoebe Elf Wizard, before
Yeah.
you see. A one-way ticket to virtual reality. Though to you it appears a great, grand door. It is trapped, my friend. Trapped forevermore. A wit's check you must pass, and if you fail, damage to your frame, you shall be found. Roll those dice. What you got? Wits? You got what's your wits about you?
My wits are 3.
Oh, your wits are 3. You got what's your proficiency in? You got proficiency in something?
Well, I believe the wizard has like a proficiency in like opening traps and doors, spells, things like that, right?
Wizard.
Sorry, I'm busting out the.
No, it's no problem. Yeah, there you go. They're proficient in wits. Yeah, so you're a wizard, right?
Yeah, that's why I leveled up the wits to.
Oh, there you go. So and your wits are 3. So you're proficient. Oh, there you go. So the roll 2d6 and do you have 2d6?
I do.
Roll them. Okay. And so you gotta get wait. What's your wits again?
I'm sorry, you're gonna have to repeat that. What
are your wits again?
3.
That's a 3 or lower on one of those dice.
Okay. Well, I got a 5 on one and a 2 on the other.
That's what you passed.
Okay, just barely.
No, you passed. Whew. You made it, kid. Listen, I can tell you. So can I tell you something? As the game master, they say that name is cruel. You can hear me in your head. Okay. Some people say that this style of DMing is inappropriate and wrong, and I'm going to tell you why it's not. Because this is really happening, and I don't think you're going to make it. I really think I may be the last voice that you're going to hear, my friend. But I want to tell you something. I care about you, and I wish this wasn't the way it was. But this is how it works. I really kind of think I didn't design it this way. It was some sort of kind of weird master race builder. Something happened. I don't think I'm a program. I may have been a guy that once lost his mind. I've been here so long. I don't know if it's virtual reality that kept me alive somewhere in a jar or something. But all I know is this. The choice is yours. I can roll the... Oh, actually, I'm getting a message from Central Command. No, I don't want to do it. No, I won't do it. No, you get me? Okay, kid, I'm sorry. I got to hit the button. Okay, I'm going to hit a button. How do you feel about rats?
Rats? Well, I liked that movie Willard. Does that count?
Well, the good thing is there's snow rats. Okay?
Like
that
means rain.
6 of them. Okay? Now, around you see a frosty room. It's like a nice little snowscape. You like that? That's nice. Oh, here's the bad part. Here's the rats. Okay? You got to do... How do you feel about the rats? Hold on. Which one are you?
Roll bravery, right?
Yeah.
Okay. 1d6?
Yes.
Okay. Bravery. I got another 2.
Oh, you got another 2. That's good, right?
What are you? Right. That means like, because, okay.
Yeah, because you got a 2 because your charisma is 2, right?
Yes, it is.
Hold on, wait. Give me a second, kid. I'm going to make a note of this thing. You matter enough for me to write down your things here. You know what I mean? That's good. Hey, listen, but you're already at max willpower. But I just want to let you know that I'm for what it's worth. This is a little bit. Don't tell anyone I told you this, okay? Just between you and me. You promise to keep a secret?
Fingers crossed.
Okay, I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Okay, can I tell you another thing?
Sure.
It's not going to change anything.
Oh.
I don't think you're going to make it. What are you? You're a wizard?
I am. I'm an elf
What?
wizard.
And you're an elf. I get the feeling you're an elf?
Yes.
Okay. You got a weapon on you?
I do. I have a black powdered pistol, which is 1d6 plus 1.
And your dexterity is what?
Dexterity is 1.
Oh,
That's
great.
my newest stat.
It's a good thing because wait. Okay, so roll.
Well, go ahead and roll.
Yeah, why don't you?
Okay. Got a 5.
Well, guess what?
I got fucked.
Yeah, you did, didn't you?
I did.
So listen, I hate. Now you make me do the bad thing. So what is this? You got the So you got they bit you. It hurts you. It hurts.
Get them off of me!
Yeah, no, it sucks to you, but
Curse you, Willard.
Whoever made you, they didn't make you so well. But listen, hold on, because here we go. Now you have to have something to hit them back with something. Do you have anything in your hands like a billy club? Oh, God, Billy, tell me you have a knife or a sword or something.
No, I have
from home some sort of elf stabbing mace. For God's sakes, tell me you have something.
I don't. I have the black powder.
Dexterity of one, and you invested your money in a ranged weapon, is what you're telling the game master.
Yes.
This is why. What? Oh no! Because now they're coming closer. You have to roll the strength. You roll the strength. You roll the strength.
4.
It doesn't matter because you failed the thing anyway. So they bite you again. Oh yeah, they bite you again. No, it's only one guy bites you at a time.
Noah Patterson tells you in this book you're going to die over and over and over again, so I expected
it's a cop out. You know what I mean? It's like, you know what I mean? I was like, come on. Anyway, okay, so there you go. So here we go. Hi, listen, are you braver now for having had that experience? But here's the great thing. Remember what I said to you? I can prove my godlike powers. Remember how I told you I didn't think you were going to make it?
Yes.
Yeah, this is why. So here we go. Now here we go. Why don't you? Are you feeling brave?
I'm feeling brave.
Good, because why don't you roll on that charisma?
Okay, let's roll for charisma. God damn it. Charisma, I rolled 5. My charisma's 2.
Well, that's an unsuccessful roll charisma there. So it's okay. So you suffered a charisma loss. There you go. There you go. So now why don't you roll on that amazing dexterity and use that fantastic black powder pistol if you can.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. Don't you have a spell?
I do have a spell. 1d3.
Why don't we use that instead of the black powder pistol? Because you could roll on that. It's on the ranged weapon. It's in the ranged step.
Okay. My spell is ice too. So.
Yeah. Use that instead.
Okay.
Wait,
so
hold on.
It's 1d3 plus wits. And my wits are my highest, so.
Now is it just the one guy or is it the multiple guys in the room?
Oh, for the rats? You're asking me. I thought
no, for the spell.
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know, actually. I should look that up.
We were mismatched for books.
Okay. Freezes the enemy. They won't deal any damage. It doesn't specify, so I'm assuming it's one enemy at a time.
So wait, what was your damage roll again?
Damage is 1d3 plus your wits.
Okay. So roll 1d. We'll roll 1d6, half it, and then round up.
So I rolled a 3 on the d6.
That's a 3, and then it's 1d3 plus 1 plus wits.
Yeah, so my wits are 3. So 1 plus, say 1.5 plus 3. or 1 plus 3, so 4, right?
Wait. You rolled the 3 on the 1d6, right?
I rolled a 3. Yes,
so
on
that's
the
2. So that's 2.
Okay.
And then it's 3, and then your wits is...
My wits is 3.
So that's 6. Right?
Okay. I thought we had to take half of this, though, because it's a roll D3.
Yeah, so that's 1.5, but it rounds up to 2.
Okay. I wasn't sure how you did this. Okay.
But anyway, but the rats only have 3 points of health anyway, so you annihilated. So you got 1 rat.
Take that, you rat bastard.
That's it. 1 rat down.
Son of a bitch.
There you go. Okay, so you're back in the high life again. So, but now, guess what? Now you got to fight him off with strength. Hold on. What was that weapon you had? What was that physical weapon you had?
Black powder pistol.
Fuck it. Use it as a melee weapon.
Okay, I'll roll to use it as a melee weapon.
I'm like that time I got reincarnated as a sword, but I'm a dungeon master. But I care enough about you trying to keep you alive.
I rolled a 5. There's no.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if I'm trying to keep you alive. You're still gonna die, girl.
You're still
dead. You're fucking dead today.
Oof.
So you failed at that. Way to go. They hit you again. They hurt you again. Why are you hurting me by making you watch you die like this? Now I'm emotionally involved in you, and I'm not gonna have to watch you die.
It's like that artwork of the guy.
It's like doing this to me.
It's like that artwork of the guy with the club fighting coconut crabs, except she's
it's not like that at all. You know why?
Fighting rats.
No, but it's not like that at all. You know why?
Because I'm getting my ass kicked, and the guy.
Yeah, he had a melee weapon. He had a melee weapon. You know what I mean? Yo, come on now. Anyway, where are we? Do we just flunk the strength test? Is that what happened?
It just flunk.
Okay. So now we're back to charisma. So we only got 5 more rats to go. We got 5 more rats to go in room 1. Don't worry, kid. It's the best game ever. It's the best game ever.
You just got
5 more rats to go. Roll on charisma of 2.
2. I got it.
You got it.
I got it. So what does this mean exactly if I match my charisma?
It means you pass the bravery test, so your willpower goes up 1.
Oh, okay. Cool. Okay.
Right?
26.
And now we're back to the ranged test, and we know we're not going to mess around with that 1 dex. I apologize for that. I forgot about your spell. We're going to use the ranged attack slot to use our spell of ice.
Okay. Can do. All right, so we're going to roll. I got a 2 again. Sweet. Okay. So that's a 1.
That's a 1. So
yeah, plus the wits, that's 3.
That's 3.
Or 4 altogether. Wits 3 plus the 1 is 4. Right?
That's 4. Okay, so then you got another rat.
Cool.
So you see? Boom. Okay. Hey, listen, you might get lucky.
I'm getting there. Being eaten to death alive by rats is a horrible way to go out, okay?
And look, they're doing health damage 1, so this is like the death of 1,000 cuts, man. this is really gonna go. This is gonna go slow. They're not even gonna, you know what I mean? They're just gonna loosen you up. It's just like, oh. So here we go. So we're now strength. You got strength of 2. Hey, you never know.
The 2.
Think positive. It's a third of a D6, right? 1 and 2 is there's 1 and 2, there's 3 and 4, there's 5 and 6. You got a third of the real estate. Think positive, right?
That's true. Hey, I mean, I don't know. Like my strength isn't bad, honestly. That was like my
What's bad
second
is your
year.
decision not to buy a melee weapon.
Yes, it was.
But
I was
aren't
gonna get a little
I the nicest
bigger.
guy? Aren't I the nicest guy in the world? Allowing you to turn that black powder pistol into a melee weapon by flipping it around?
Yes. Yes, you are.
I am. I am.
It would be terrible if I rolled like a 6 and I swung the black powder pistol and shot myself as I'm like smacking a rat.
No one gets out that easy. Don't worry. If you think you're putting a suggestion in my head of how you can get out of here early, no.
No, I can't.
Okay. 4
Okay.
more rats in room number 1.
Okay. Am I ready to roll for strength?
You tell me.
I'm ready.
I don't put pressure on you.
I'm ready. Okay.
Go for it.
Okay. I got 2, so that's actually very good.
You actually got it. There you go. Now how much is the damage with the black powder pistol when it's shooting things? Because we have to like do some sort of modifier. It's got to be like the meekest weapon. We got to make it be like the meekest weapon because it's like an improvised weapon right now.
It's a well, for the range, it's 1d6 plus 1.
So a dagger does 1 damage.
Okay.
So let's just make it do 1 damage, right? Okay. It's just, you know what I mean? Because we're allowing it to be like it's not suit the purpose. You know what I mean? So you do 1 damage on one of the rats.
Phoebe swings the pistol butt, smashing its forehead into its nose.
And more importantly than that, you don't get any damage, right?
Exactly.
There you go. I'll get my little good pencil here.
But my health is pretty good right now. My health is at 26.
Yeah, no, you know what I mean? It'll be the see. This is the thing. We only deal with the 6. Where this game goes is when people are doing when you're rolling the real random rooms, and it's room after room after room of like enemy number 1, and it's like, oh my god, 6 more rats. Oh my god, 6 more rats. And people are like going online like, I love this game. It's it's endless hours of adventure. You know what I mean? I'm going from town to town. What are you talking about? And then you realize people are like, I've spent 100 gold. And then like, that's the other thing. Like, I did all of this and I did the calculation. My notes, it's like, even with the 25 gold that you're supposed to get from like the villagers. Hold on, let me get to my notes. It's like you do the math and it's like you'd have to do like this. Like, so it's like hold on. Sorry.
No, you're totally fine. I feel cheated already. I haven't even gotten the 25 gold from the villagers.
You'll only get that if you do, and that would be cheating if you did this. This is cheating. If we do the 6 rooms and then cheat, that would be cheating. We're gonna do it.
Okay.
But look, first of all, it's not a guarantee that you're gonna live. Because when we get up to these upper monsters, they start doing like 2d6 health damage. If they start connecting, you might, you know what I mean? It is what it is. But check this out. What is this? Hold on. 36 XP. That's using the advanced rules. 41 gold pieces, including the 25 from town. So you do the math. It would take you a long time to get up to 100 GP.
Yeah, it was.
A long time. It's a fucking grind. Because you roll, there's the amount of times that you roll, you do 6 rats and roll, or do a boss fight and roll 1 gold piece. Oh, God. You know what I mean? The game is like, can be like a nightmare. There's a reason why plenty of people are like, yeah, this is, worth a look. But at the same time, there's people like you and me are like, yeah, it's worth a look and staying on because I get it. And people are like, but the adventure, offered by these other advanced systems, it's like, yeah, but you know what I mean? Like, cuckoo. I'd rather just bitch about how this is like annoying. Anyway, speaking of annoying, so you did damage to one of those guys. Congratulations. So we've got 2 rats dead. one with an injured arm.
Paraplegic
He's still ready to party.
Oh no.
How do you feel about the situation?
I'm
Let's
ready
take a moment to take stock. I don't know. Perchance visualized as a bravery check.
Okay. Bravery check. We're gonna roll. And I got a 2, which is good.
That'll work, yeah. Wait, what's your
Charisma,
maximum
right?
will? What's your maximum willpower?
Oh, my 26.
Oh, so you get one more, right? I have you at 25 currently. Am I correct or have I lost track?
You gave me 1 willpower for something I did like 2 turns ago.
Okay, you're back at 26. Let's just say that. I think I'm keeping accurate count. So you're at 26.
I'm up to speed. I have twins. Health and willpower are both 26.
I have your health at 23.
Yeah, the health was originally 23.
Oh, it was originally 26. And you've taken some damage, right?
Wait, oh no, I guess I have it backwards. Yeah. No, it was 26, now it's 23, right?
Okay. I'm keeping track, so you don't necessarily have to.
Sorry. No, I'm gonna fix it on my side too.
Okay. Make sure to fix the ledger, keep the ledgers clean.
Exactly.
Once. Even then they'll be like, oh, these guys, people realize they're not doing this wrong. No, we don't. We know. Anyhow. Oh, so you passed the bravery check. Okay. Okay, wonderful. Back to ice. Unless you want to shoot them. I mean, the choice is yours. I don't want to take away your autonomy.
I'm gonna take a risk and try and shoot the rat for my long range attack. See, Sam.
So this is fun. Watch. I hate noobs that don't listen to or make jokes the entire time. This is fun. I hope Joe is not talking about me.
Okay, rolling for the long range weapon attack, and I got a 3.
Now wait, were you going for the long range attack, or are you doing the ice spell again?
No, I'm going for the black powdered pistol this time.
Why?
Because I haven't used it, and I'm tired of beating rats with the butt of a pistol. That's not what it's made for.
Yeah, but your dexterity is 1.
Still, though, I wanted to try. Okay.
But you tried before. You were trying before.
But then try again.
No, use the spell. Okay, fine, wonderful. How did you do? You failed that test, correct?
I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Roll a 3.
And instead of having the opportunity to kill one of those rats with your amazing spell, you instead shot at it.
Well, this is how we learn to play the game, okay?
Okay, no, I listen. Listen. I admired you in a way, and in another way, I just want to let you know it's been fun knowing you.
That's how I lost this finger in the damn rat wars of 2024.
Well, the good thing about it is you don't have to worry about feeling funny about that because you're about to lose everything. The rat war of today. So now goes the strength. So why don't you roll for strength so they can bite you again?
Oh, no. So wait, this is like melee weapon attack?
Oh no, you chose to shoot at them now.
Yeah, but I already failed that. But
you want to use it as you want to use it as a pistol. Now you want to use it as a melee weapon.
I thought I got to do both. In one turn.
Okay, fine. Go for it.
I got a 1.
Oh well, that's perfect. So there you go. So you got 1. So you did another 1 point of damage against. Now this is you're allowed to use. I was really allowing you to substitute and use it as a melee thing because then you were going to start using it. But that's fine. But this is just for this one playthrough because I don't want to start creating an alternative rule.
Oh,
where all of a sudden ranged weapons can be used as melee weapons as well.
Right.
That's going to create a whole thing. But for this time, I'll allow it.
Well, okay, so I've got a question.
The importance of melee weapons.
This is an important question for people learning to play the game too. So, like, say I've got these characters that don't have a melee weapon, could I just punch somebody for my melee turn?
But some games that have this usually have a rule, like Dungeons and Dragons. I know even 5th edition has some sort of rule where it's like if you don't have a melee weapon. But here, the smallest melee weapon, the dagger, has 1 point of damage here in this rule book that I'm looking at now. And I've seen it be like you just make the strength roll to see if you dodge, in the sense that if you make the roll, you just avoid damage. You don't actually score any points against them.
Okay.
It's really like you want to make sure. When I saw your sheets come in, I thought it was a valuable discussion to have, and I didn't know what we were going to do, if we're going to do things co-op. Like one of my characters would come in and be like,
well, that's what I had originally planned, was like a co-op thing. I probably I probably would have made like a totally different character if I knew, like, but I like these characters.
One of the things with this system is this, that people have noted, like one of the problems with the system is this notion of the stats, especially with the first iteration of the system, the stats are not evenly weighted. It's almost like you have to have a strength build in the first iteration of the game, especially with this whole, like, strength is everyone has to do like a melee defense thing. You probably, there's a supplement for this that has like movement rules that would make it that if you had a ranged character, you could like tactically move back and then keep yourself out of melee combat. And then that would totally change it and make it that a pure range character without a melee weapon at all would be fine. And if you go to the advanced rules, where you have characters that are coming out of the gate with a +2 or +3 damage modifier, if you even have just a dagger at like 1 or 2 gold pieces and you've got a +2 damage modifier, that's all you need. And then you can have any sort of dex build you want. And then as long as you have enough points in strength to make sure you get X number of the rolls, to make sure you like don't just constantly get hit, then you'd be fine.
Should we start playing it like that then for like the rest of the turn? Like if so instead of rolling to like smack something with a butt of a pistol, I can just roll to see if I can evade or get out of the way?
No.
Okay.
No, because the point would be to see. Well, it's an illustrative point to show you. Well, the system is what the system is. So you want to see. The demonstration would be for you is you need a melee weapon. Now your player character could choose to say at any point, "This is madness. Let me go back out of the danger room, take whatever I roll on these douchebag rats or whatever, go back out and say, even if I got to go and hawk something or do whatever, and see if I can't buy even, let's see what they got. A dagger costs 1 gold piece, and a dagger causes 1 point of damage. But even with that, but the problem is this, that you mean with the strength of 2, it's just the notion of every time you lose a strength roll is when you take damage.
Right.
So it's not so much anything other than if you have a pure dex build, you just want to make sure that you're outputting, a certain amount of damage. I mean, we can have one of my other characters, come in and co-op with you, and we could see how faster it goes. We could see, what happens, or you can see just what your experience is with in this room with this character and see what actually is. I mean, you're not getting like terminated. It's just there's 6 rats. You just see, what it is. It's the war of attrition as we go after room after room after room after room.
Let me see if I can kill these rats, and then I would like to sell my black powdered pistol, and I would like to have you join the party if you want to. Not trying to put you on the spot. I'm making a lot of demands here is what I'm doing.
What'd you say?
I said I'm making a lot of demands is what I'm doing.
You're making no demands whatsoever. It's fine. I could join you. I could join you as a meek hireling. I could build a purposely bad character and join you as the worst hireling in the world. You want me to do that? No, but that's what I
do. As a badass character that can save me from a fucked up situation.
No, I'd be the worst. I'd purposely build a bad hireling.
Well, I guess it's better than no hireling.
And you could go, yeah, and we could bring in your other character too. You'd have 2 ranged characters and me, a glorious meat shield of a bad hireling. But I'd be a terrible hireling. I'd make it my business to be a bad hireling.
Fuck it, let's do it.
But first, no going backwards before you finish this bullshit. Agreed?
Agreed.
Okay. So you got 2 dead rats, 1 rat that's slightly injured. He's on 1 health point. And what was the last thing you did? Bitch complained about blowing a strength roll, or did you actually hit him? I can't remember.
No, I actually hit him with the strength roll. I got a 1.
Oh, so did you kill him again, or was that the second hit?
No. He only has 3 life, right?
Right. So did you hit him a 3rd time? Okay, so you killed him.
Yeah, okay.
3 more rats to go.
3 more rats to go.
We've been here an hour and a half. There's 3 rats to go. Primarily, because all of a sudden I know, or even after we already figured out that your wizard, who was proficient in wits and who had a spell that when cast, which would pretty much with guaranteed success, would take out 1 rat, thank God, at least, you said, hey, why would I cast that spell this time when that will at least get us through one of these rounds? And you said, hey, let me go back and do that thing we already did that didn't work.
Exactly.
That was great. Oh, man, that was fabulous.
Hey, I mean, listen, I'm going to have a word with this shopkeep, because when I bought this black powder pistol, I did not expect to be using it to fend off rats like a club.
Neither was the shopkeep. I dare say. For they may have sold you, I don't know, a melee weapon. Anyway, and also, if the black powder pistol were to be used as a melee weapon by someone who was, say, I don't know, proficient in strength or good at hitting things, but why dilly and dally when we could? Hey, how do you feel about a bravery check?
Let's roll for a bravery check.
Why not?
I got a 4.
You got a 4?
Yes.
Oh, that's great, because that's exactly twice what you would have needed to get if you wanted to pass your bravery check. I don't even know if I'm on your side anymore. You give me a hard time with your failed rolls. No, I'm kidding. I'm on your side. I wish you were on your side.
But it was not CW Chanter laughing at me. It was God.
God's not here anymore. If ever.
Quote Mozart.
Yep. And it was Salieri, by the way, recording.
That's right. No, the movie Amadeus. You're right. Okay.
Top 25 willpower. I don't know if you're going to make it. You're going to make it. I have a feeling this is. Well, it's about that time for you to make a fateful decision. Is it going to be the ice spell?
Yes.
Okay.
Unequivocally, undebatably, yes, it's going.
Far be it from me to take away player agency or to railroad your experience.
You want me to use the black powdered pistol
I
again?
wouldn't say that. I don't think I'd say that.
God damn it!
Did you roll two
Roll
dice?
6.
Did you roll 2 dice? Did you roll 2 6s?
No, I rolled 1 dice.
But aren't you proficient in wits?
I am proficient in wits.
So are you rolling the spell? Because if you're rolling the spell, you get to roll 2 dice. Because you're.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought you rolled 1d3. Oh wait, no, it's 1d3 at plus wits. So half of 6 is 3.
No, but you have to roll to see if you hit first.
Okay.
Right, so this is your ranged attack using the ice spell against the rat. So you're gonna roll 2d6 because you're proficient in wits.
Okay. And I got a 5 on the other one.
So you got a 6 and a 5.
Yes. Abysmal, really.
Let's do over that roll because you rolled them not together. Here,
Okay,
take a moment.
okay.
Take a moment.
Thank you. See, you're a gracious DM.
Yeah, but no, because you rolled
them
separately. You didn't know what you were doing. You were confused.
Okay, let's try this time. Okay, this time I got a 5 and a 1.
The 1 is an automatic success.
See, it was all worth it in the end. Thank you.
No problem. Now roll for damage.
Okay. So this is just 1d3.
Yes.
Okay. So I got a 4, so that'd be a 2.
2, and then that's plus your wits.
Plus my wits, yeah. So that's 5 altogether.
Oh, it's one of those rats is gone. So you were down to 2 rats.
They're pinky in.
2 to go. 2 to go. 2 to go. You got this. You got this.
All right, roll for bravery.
Come on. Charisma. You got this.
2.
2.
Good. That's
yes.
Okay.
You got 1 willpower back. You're back to max willpower. Back to max willpower. Come on.
Okay.
We can do spell or shot. Spell or shot. Spell. You got proficiency with 2 dice.
Okay, a 5 and a 1.
You got another critical hit. Yay! Woo! All right.
See, this takes so long. Gotta get the groove of it. Okay. So I've still got 1 rat left, though, right?
Well, you have to roll for damage. You got 2 rats left.
That's right. I'm sorry. The D3. See, I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, I got a 4, so half of that is 2. So
2 plus your wits is 4. So that's another rat gone. Hey, one last rat. Now you're feeling the fire. Now you're feeling good. You're feeling confident. You were shaky at first. First you were scared, you were petrified. Okay? But now you're feeling it. But we gotta articulate that feeling in the form of a bravery check. Okay? May the force be with you. Roll on that charisma.
Roll the bravery check 4. Damn it.
That's okay, this last one. He's the meanie bobini of the bunch. That's why you may have whiffed a little and gotten 1 off of that willpower there. Don't worry.
Okay.
Don't worry.
24. No worry.
You're at 25. You're at 25. Don't worry. I got you. Okay. Now he's a snow rat. He's the worst of the bunch. But he's still just a snow rat. What do you do? It's the ranged round. You got options ahead of you. You
already know. Sometimes you got to go with the surefire thing.
You got your
spells. It's not the pistol.
It's not the pistol. You got your spells. You can cast a spell on this bad boy.
Casting a spell.
You use your wits. You got 2d6 in the end. You got proficient in wits.
2d6.
2 bites in the apple. 3 or lower.
4 on both.
4 on both. Okay, you can't win them all. There's a reason why they call him the Snow Rat Bastard. You heard about this fucker? He comes up, bam, bites you, son of a bitch. Still just a snow rat. Still just 1 bite of damage. but you go from the magic 23 down to 22. But 22 is my favorite number. I whisper in your ear. I say, hey, the GM that is still on your side. I thought I told you couldn't make it. I'm lying. I was wrong. Look
If
at
you're lying, you're dying.
Distance. You still got the strength. Come on, kick his ass.
Okay.
Kick his ass. Just grab that fucker.
Roll for strength.
One.
Out of 3.
Oh, close.
Close.
Wait, we're on strength? Wait.
Wait.
Oh, no, no, we were wrong. Well, no, we just did the damage anyway. So that was damage there. Right there is what he bitched.
We're rolling for like a melee, right?
Yeah, I had him biting you on the wits, on the spell. He shouldn't have bit you on the spell. He should have bit you on the strength. So he bit you on the strength. There you go. So what? Are you still brave? Let's find out.
Still, I'm willing to try.
Oh, find that inner reserve.
1. I'm brave.
You did it.
Okay.
All right.
I'm the bravest warrior.
Do. There you go.
Okay. So
range combat round.
Gonna do the ice spell again.
Ice spell again.
Okay, 2d6.
Yeah, 3 or lower.
Woo! A 1 and a 2.
That's it.
That's fucking
okay.
Let's rock and roll. So that just wiped him out, right? No, I'm sorry. Forgot the D3. Okay. Don't screw me on this last one, please. Okay, so 3. Well, no, that's right.
Your wits is 3, right? Right. So you did it. Woo! Bam! There you go. There you go. Hey, go! You did it. Now you get to roll a 1d6 to figure out how much gold you got.
Oh boy. Let's see. I'm gonna be so sad if I walk out with nothing. I got a 5. Okay, so that's not horrible.
That's 5 pieces of gold. That's good.
That is good. Okay, cool. Because you said if you get a 6 or a 1, you don't get anything, right?
No, it's if you roll in if you get 1 through 5. Hold on, you get 1 through 5. Hold on. I think you get that much gold. If you get a 6, you roll in the item chart. Oh. And if you get a 1 on the item chart, you used to get nothing. I think they changed it in some things, but that's basically it. But you got 5 gold.
Rule with the item chart, actually.
What'd you say?
I didn't know about that with rolling a 6 and you go to the item chart, actually.
I think that's it. Yeah. I don't think I have that reversed. Let's see. Because, it's like one of those things, like sometimes the rules are different in this book than is in this book. Here we go.
I should probably go back to town and sell this black powdered pistol.
Well, you know what? You got 5 gold. Here's what I would suggest. First of all, there's no. Unfortunately, you're not gonna go to a town. You're just gonna go to a pseudo town.
Okay.
You roll 1d6. You get 1 through 5. You're in that much gold. Add it to your gold rating. If you roll a 6, roll in the items chart in the section on armor and items. Each item is assigned a number. If you roll that number, you find the item in that item. If you roll 1 on the item chart, you find nothing. If you made it roll 6 on the item chart, you find nothing because 6 has always been a shitty number, right?
You know what? I'll take my 5 pieces of gold. I'm cool with my 5 pieces of gold.
Right, because all you need is a melee weapon.
Right.
And if you can still hold on to your dex weapon, you still have the choice. So I would keep on using your wits spell, because that's your moneymaker with the thing. And then you can figure out who you need to find, who can come in with you. And let's see, I could go in with you with one of the characters I already have generated, or I could generate a new, as I said, a new loser character to come in with you, which I think would be better. A quick loser character. Now, I would do that by, I would use the advanced character guide, but I'll do it quick. I'd use the advanced character guide. Now, the advanced character guide has these different ways of building characters, one of which is the random rolling method that can generate characters that are actually more powerful. That's how you get these characters that have got more stats. Now, of course, if I did that, I could generate like a hireling for you that could be of good service to you because it would have high stats, possibly. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to use the point purchase, which is the lame way. The way that you created your character,
Okay.
right? Which is just the 7 points equally distributed. No point can be higher than whatever. You know that one?
Yeah. No. Honestly, like I have no shame in admitting, like, I added the plus 20 whenever I did like willpower and health and stuff because I
like the
was
plus
like
10 for
add
for a
plus
hard
10
for each
for an extra
challenge. Oh
challenge.
yeah, why am I using the advanced character guide? I want it to be. Oh well, this one has magic. Let's see. I want to be like the worst. What's like the worst character I can imagine? Like the worst.
I almost got ate by rats today. Come on now.
Right, but I still want to be like the worst helper. Oh, here's how I'll do it. I'll do it. Oh, here's what we'll do. Okay, so I'll do the here's what you do. It's the point purchase. It's you start off with 7 points. No score can be higher than 4 at the first stage. Nothing can be lower than 1. Okay, and the worst stat is wits for Shizi. So I'm gonna put that as a 4.
Oof.
And I'm gonna put everything else as a 1. So I'm a really smart guy.
All right, wise guy.
Right? but I'm great at wit. And now everything else I'm going to determine randomly. So it's like it's in this little book. It's got a fighter, a ranger, a wizard, and a bard. Now, a good thing would be if I was
Those are what
a wizard, because I would be proficient in wits, which is my strongest stat. And it would suck if I was proficient in anything else, which would be one of my weakest stats. So I'll roll a 1d4, and whatever it comes up with, I'll be that thing. Fighter being 1, ranger being 2, etc., etc. Okay?
Okie dokie.
I'm a 4.
Just sharing for the folks at home.
Well, I may have a slightly different book because I've got the little tiny one that I'm using.
We've got the same classes.
Oh,
it's all the same stuff you listen
to. I'm proficient in charisma. Wonderful.
So I like the bard.
And the same thing with races. Races have a bonus to each stat.
That's true.
There's a human that gets a bonus to strength, a halfling that gets a bonus to dexterity, a dwarf that gets a bonus to wits, because Noah's got to be Noah, and an elf that's got a bonus to charisma. Like I said, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see what I get going out the door. Looking pretty bad already. I'm good at wits, but I roll proficiency in charisma. What's that going to help you when I'm passing bravery checks on 1? No. 1. I'm a human. So I get a +1 in strength. Great. I got a 2.
Hey, that's not bad. Phoebe has.
It's not just perfect ones.
It depends on what class you get. This could work. This isn't a bad character.
Oh, we know my class. I'm a fucking bard.
Okay.
That's me being proficient in charisma. So I'm a human bard.
Listen, I was gonna mention too, like I don't know, I actually like the concept of the bard in this book. Like I even love the idea of like instruments and things she plays to like I don't know, build strength or dexterity or wit or so on and so forth. But I feel like for a solo experience, maybe this is just my own lack of familiarity here, but like that seems like a really tough character to play as. Like if you were going the solo route, like I just feel like the poor bard is like sending the lamb out to slaughter. And
Yeah, I don't think I have any of that shit. I don't. Wait, let's see. I have this guide too. Let's see.
Maybe I'm full of shit here. I don't know.
I have the pocket edition. Just has the bard being good at charisma. It doesn't even have
Pretty much, yeah.
It doesn't even have spells or anything.
No, that's the same that mine had.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's like fuck you. I got nothing. Oh, let's see. So then let's see what happens next. Health and willpower. Oh, yeah. So I'm doing the +10. I told you, fuck you. I'm gonna be no help at all. Strength and dexterity +10. So my so that's 3. So my health is 13. And my willpower is 15. There you go. Roll 2d6 to determine starting gold. Don't mind if I do. Ooh, 7.
Hey, that's really good.
Yeah, it's not bad. Mind you, my strength and dexterity suck. Let's see, but I will do this. My dexterity is a 1. My dexterity is a 1. My strength is at least a 2. So I'm not even going to worry about dex weapons, and I'm gonna, even though it's not in this rule book, I'm going to totally do the dual wielding. So I will. I'm not even going to worry about self-defense. I'm just going to put it all. I'm just going to be on your side and just be a human meat shield and just constantly try and score points against things. So I'll do, if I've got 7 gold, let's see what I got.
No, I'm sorry. I'm just silently laughing to myself here because you're talking about how shitty these stats are. And I'm sitting here quietly looking at my character sheet, realizing we have all the same stats. And I'm like, gee,
I buy 2 hand axes for 1d3 plus 1 damage.
Gonna stop my camera for 0.2 seconds, but I'm not leaving. I'm not going anywhere.
You better not be.
Quick. I'm booking that flight to Kokomo on Expedia right now. Nobody tell me. Next thing you know, I'll be rolling D3 to fight off the coconut crabs.
So I got 1 gold left. Okay, so I got
but 1 gold is a lot in this game.
Okay. So here's what you have on your side. You have, I need a name.
Oh, a name? Oh, wow. What was the name of like Peppermint Patty's little friend that helped out all the time that always called her sir?
Marcy.
Her name should be Marcy.
Marcy. You get what you get, and you don't get upset. Who was available from Central Command to help you? Marcy. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Marcy. I'm available.
Good evening, sir.
Not even. You don't even get a sir. I'm a bard. At least I'd like to be. It's not a lot of work, but I'm available. I'm equipped for dual wielding with 2 hand axes. That's what I can afford. But I will be completely honest with you. I'm not necessarily what you would call a strength build. I am smart. I'll grant myself that. I've been trained in the charismatic arts, though bookings have been slow. I consider myself charismatic, though other people might disagree. It is my understanding that you would like accompaniment on your adventures in the dungeon.
Marcy, your understanding is absolutely correct, and it would be most gracious to have you accompany me in my party through this frosty dungeon of evil rats among other abominations of nature. So I just want to say I think we'll get along smashingly, and you can sit at my lunchroom table anytime.
Fabulous. Of course, we will have to split all gold.
I'm
And
afraid I will have to insist on a 60-40. No, I'm just kidding.
good. I'm glad that you're kidding because I don't do math.
Oh, but you're
It's
supposed
also
to.
my understanding that according to the rules of this world, we are to split experience. Though, unfortunately, it's also my understanding of this world that no one knows how to split experience. That's true.
Wait, really?
Really. If you read
I thought you were
it
making a
tells you that
joke.
we have to split experience, but it doesn't tell you how to calculate experience for parties of different levels.
I guess just divide 2, right?
No. Because if you read this book, it's said that you'll have to split experience, but then it's a calculation is done for how to calculate experience, which is it's synced to the level of the characters. It's a formula based on the particular level of an individual character. But if there's multiple characters in a party who are of different levels, they'll each generate different amounts of experience.
That is so weird.
No, it's called someone is not aware. If you watch my review of this piece,
Oh, I did. I did.
No, God bless you. You're a child of God, a child of goddess, but you know what I mean? If I give you a C+ on this, I am being extremely, Rainbow Colorado. We love everybody and we're not wanting to hurt anybody's feelings. You want me to be, Tiger Mom about it? You fucking fail. You know what I mean? It's full of clerical errors. The systems don't work. It's not balanced. You know what I mean? It's just, and you're charging a lot of money for it. It's just not ready for print. It's just not correct.
Honestly,
there's differences of opinion, and then there's systems that, and there's incorrect information. There's contradictions in a book. It's not like, hey, the information in this book put out by Wizards of the Coast for Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition is could be construed as slightly contradictory to the information in this Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition books put out 8 years later. It's in the same fucking book. There's contradictory information. It's like someone didn't do the proofreading necessary to produce a that's the problem with self-publishing. People are just putting out shit before it's hire a fucking proofreader. Hire, get your mom to fucking.
Well, with a mindful eye like your own, it's like it's easy to pick out the the contradictions there. I think it's like you just said. I was going to say the same thing. Just get a better editor to kind of comb through this thing and say, "Oh, wait a minute, that doesn't work. That doesn't work."
Or just the things like the glaring omissions, like you have two crucial things where two of the options for character races are unusable because there's just a glaring typo. You have, I don't need to point it out again. You have a substat that's not there and replaced with a main stat. +5 strength appears twice. So that's a big problem. And you have things like it's possible to produce characters that are at could be level 2. Excuse me, it's possible to produce characters that are level 4. And that's a mathematical calculation. I mean, it's just like, you know what I mean? It's just like you didn't, follow fucking through. You know what I mean? Or you know what I mean? Or you know what I mean? I'm sorry. And when you're charging $35 fucking dollars for a book,
Wow.
and no one wants to do that. No one wants to do like hard reviews. No one wants to be like. Everyone wants to be like, come on, it's self-published stuff, whatever. Everyone wants to be like, you gotta be like, come on, you know what I mean? Like, just be honest, like it is what it is, just point it out. Or then what ends up happening is that people buy stuff and are like, why did no one say that this was like the case? Like, why is everyone going around like they're smoking crack?
I had no idea it was that much. I think I bought this one for like $8 or something.
Yeah, and some of it is like, and it's just like a lot, and it's like I made the choice. Like I got this in hardcover, and it's just, and this is idiosyncratic. Like all of Noah's work, like occasionally there, and this is endemic to like self-publishing. There's always gonna be a typo here, a typo there. People are finding more and more, even in the professional space, everywhere today, in today's modern era, people are showing up all the time being like, it's a game that people play, like with Tor Publishing and even, big names like Bantam. People are like, I found this, I found this, I found this, and like Harry Turtledove stuff. Like everyone's finding typos all over the place. Quality control across the board in our society has shit the bed.
That's true.
So people have to do it themselves then. And it's like, I know what happens. People get excited. You get blind. You know what I mean? You miss it. But you got to really go through. Or when you see that it's come up, it may suck, but you got to, bite the bullet, pull it down, sacrifice whatever sales you had or however it affects your algorithm or whatever. Pull it down, fix it, put it back up, do whatever, Or also maybe think about not putting out, 20 releases, a year. You know what I mean? Like, I get it. Like, everybody wants to do whatever they want to do, but it's like, be realistic. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
well, that's like, I think for me too, like, being a newcomer to this specific book, it's like reading it, you do kind of, and I don't mean this as a bad thing at all, but like I think it's kind of cool, but you do get the vibe that it almost feels like a game that you would have went to your buddy's house and like they were inventing this on a notebook pad in their spare time. You know what I mean? Like you can tell it's like a homemade kind of like vibe going there, but I feel like the whole point of its enjoyability is it should be rather simple compared to other RPGs. So whenever you get so many inconsistencies thrown into the woodwork, like if you're someone like me, like you're a little bit more familiar with it, so you can kind of watch out for that or just dismiss something that's unnecessary. But like someone like me, I might fall into that and like, overcomplicate the game or do something like, you know what I mean? Like just take away
absolutely.
from the experience because I'm not like I'm putting in something extra that doesn't need to be there. So I guess I'm trying to say.
Absolutely. If you go online, if you go to the Reddit, there's constantly things. There are people that are like, having the enemy if there's 6 rats in the room, they'll calculate themselves getting bit by 6 rats, or different things. Like that's the thing I pointed out about like having the +5 strength. I know that there's got to be a mistake because strength is not a substat; it's a stat. And if you calculate here, you'll see that it makes no sense, because why would you pick this choice that has a +1 in strength when you could pick this and have a +5 in strength plus a +1 in charisma? But that's me, and someone else picking it up might go, okay, and then make a character and put +5 strength and +1 charisma and go on like that, and not realize that there's been a mistake made, And so that's part of the reason, or you got to explain things, or that's why when I get irate when I see things like the clerics are in this one particular book, and they're put under a class of characters like the magic users that have wits proficiencies, but you can tell based on context that they're clearly supposed to have charisma proficiency. It just doesn't make sense for them to have wits proficiency. But the way that it's set up, you could totally see a player, and especially because it's a solo system geared towards solo players, you could totally imagine a person just like me who's been out of the scene, hasn't been role playing for a while, is just trying to get back into it, discovering the stuff, not on the the hinterlands of nerddom, super fandom, but on Amazon.com as kind of an amateur, and being like, whoa, I got proficiency of charisma, so I'm proficiency of wit, so I guess I just got to roll 1 dice for charisma to try and see if I can cast this spell or whatever, and just suffering unduly when all the writer needed to do was, but hey, you know what I mean? Like, I've never written an RPG. I don't know what it really takes to manage all those things. And so it might be easier said than it might be like what they say Monday morning quarterback. It might be really easy to be like, well, why didn't you say this? And why didn't you do that? And it would really be easier if you said this. And they might be like, yeah, you asshole. It's really easy to come back and be like, catch all the misses that I didn't. Why don't you try and write a book and I'll see how many things you fuck up. You know what I mean?
No, that's just... Honestly, I do find myself reading a lot of like self-published things in general off of Amazon and things my friends and peers and stuff make, and like, yeah, it is kind of unavoidable in that way. Like you do like encounter so much like grammatical errors here or there,
And you know what else you encounter when you read your friend's stuff, the self-published stuff? You know what else you encounter?
A deficit in your bank account? No, I'm just kidding.
You're so kind. You're the nice one. No, you know what I'm gonna say? You know what I'm gonna say?
What?
A lot of shitty writing. You discover a lot of crap. You were like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm reading this shit. Oh my fucking God. When I listen to someone's fucking demo and I go over to their house to buy a fucking bag of weed, I just gotta listen to a couple of tracks. Holy shit, is there going to be a test
you're
on
going
that?
to love the new Sam Shadow album. I'm going to make you listen to at least 4 songs.
Oh, God, I can't wait to tell you what I told Fred Magic, which is the following. Oh, I really loved listening to your new album. Oh, God, the way you, oh, wow, I don't know how you, woo, the way you made that stuff sound like, oh, wow, I got to tell you, it really moved me to another level. I haven't heard stuff like that in so long. It was really out of this world.
It was definitely one of the songs of all.
I was waiting out back, so I wouldn't. She's got a sugar problem. I don't know what's going on. I got to be back at my mom's funeral, so if we could just. No, it's great. It's great stuff. It's great.
Send me a Bandcamp link.
Yeah, seriously. No, check it out. When's that gig? Tuesday? Yeah, I think I'd be there. I don't know. Send me the flyer.
That's right. Church.
Oh, you want me to read it? Oh, I'll tell you what I think? Oh, awesome. What's it about? The mathematics of the higher polygons of the ecclesiastical sentiment of equestrian. Oh, wow, that sounds Woo! And there's crystal maps I get to put together myself. Holy shit! Oh, there's a 90-day cleanse involved. Ooh, workshop materials, you say? Oh, it's sounding better all the time. Oh, PayPal donation. Geez. Oh, wonderful. I can't think of anything better I'd rather do with my time. Let's say you and I stop dancing about architecture and see what Marcy can't do to help you.
I agree.
A room full of 6 rats.
But I need to go to the store now that I killed these rats.
Oh, that's right.
I need to go to the store so I can buy a melee weapon. So I'm not just getting fucked. So my whole day isn't getting smacked up by fucking angry rats. Okay. So this will be a great time for you to teach me, everybody. How do you do this? Like, how do you go to this store?
Oh, you're just in the store. All of a sudden, woo! It's a virtual. You're in the store. In this particular iteration of Micro Chapbook RPG Fantasyland, which involves we're in a danger room scenario, we're in some sort of crazy virtual environment where this madcap guy called C.W. Chanter has kidnapped an innocent young person named Sam Shadow and made them, against their will, construct artificial player characters with innocent names derived from Cocteau Twins albums, that they may die and be sacrificed to some virtual entity. J. Scott Garrity believes that you can bring people from Faerun to the United States of America, perchance in Pennsylvania, through the infinite staircase. He may be correct. He may be false. We're doing it right here, right now, not through the infinite staircase, but through Micro Chapbook RPG, or so the fair maidens say. What would you like to buy at the store today?
I'm going to tell her my whole life has been an infinite staircase. I would like to buy a melee weapon, madam.
Okay. What melee weapon would you like to buy, and for what amount of money would you like to purchase it for?
I would like to buy. So I have 5 gold, right?
Yes.
You think I should just go all out and spend all 5 gold? Might as well, right? Because I can't dual wield. I would like to buy the scythe, which actually is a dual wieldable weapon, but I would like to buy the scythe for 5 gold. And it's 1d6 plus 1.
Yeah, and when a weapon is dual wieldable, that just means you would need 2 different dual wieldable weapons to dual wield. And that just means you would have the ability to do.
The black powder rifle is, though. Fuck, I did not realize that when I don't want you to think I'm making stuff up. The black powder rifle is.
Yeah, but you would need the black powder rifle. So you could still have the black powder rifle. So if you get the scythe, you'll have the scythe in one hand and the black powder rifle in the other.
Okay, that's excellent. That's exactly what I want to do now.
Right.
Cool.
Now, if you could also have 2 melee weapons, and you'd still have the ranged weapon. You would just basically just like alternate one of the ranged weapon for one of the melee weapons. And all it means is that, if you have 2 melee weapons, you could do like 2 attacks in the melee rounds.
Okay. I think I'll just stick with my 1 ranged weapon and 1 melee weapon, since that's all I've got anyway. For now, at least.
So I would always recommend you use your spell, but that's just me. And you can always roll your dice as you see fit. Also, bearing in mind for those paying attention at home, if it's 100 gold pieces to level up in the standard game and add 1 to one of your stats, and we generated 5 gold in the last room, you would need to, do 20 rooms, right?
You play this game for days.
It's a lot of fucking rooms, right? So just think about that. Anywho, but you have Marcy with you now. We approach the door, and I turn to you as Marcy, and I say, you ever hear about this guy, Shauner? I say to you, have you heard about this guy, Shauner?
No, I haven't heard about this.
Your name is Peavy, right?
Yeah, it is.
Check this out. Check this out. I've been around here long enough to know this. There's a voice that we sometimes hear. They call him Shauner, and here's the deal. He's not going to think that we're really role playing. I don't even know what that means. I've been here so long. It's just you hear phantom voices sometimes every once in a while. Some people call them spooks. Some people call them specters. There's speculation that we're not really here, that we don't exist, that people are just imagining us. There's some people that say that there are people that occupy our bodies, that they take us over. I don't know. But I've been here enough times to know that there's a couple of things I'm good at. And that first door on that building, that virtual reality chamber called the Frost Place, whatever.
I love that place.
Yeah. Here's the deal. There's very few things that I'm good at, but I got a fair amount of confidence in my ability to you know what I know, that first door, that's it's gonna blow up. It's trapped.
Oh my God, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Well, luckily for you, I have 3 in wits, and one of my special talents is being able to disarm traps.
Okay, no, but here's the thing. I'll tell you this: is that I got a 4 in wits, even though we really, it's kind of odd for us to be talking this way. I would say I understand that you're trained in wits and you're what we would consider like very, very good at wit in the brains department. Listen, you want to try and disarm it? I got no problem with it. It's going to blow up in your face. It blows up in your face. I'm willing to try and disarm myself. If it blows up in my face, it blows up in my face. Whatever you want to do.
Maybe you should check it out. I mean, your wits are a 4. I'm only a 3. I feel like maybe you should just give it a shot.
And let's not reduce ourselves to numbers. Let's just think of ourselves as me being slightly smarter than you, and you being slightly less smart than me, though being maybe more proficient in smarty pants things. It makes it less clinical, right? Start talking about each other.
I fully agree, but only because I want to get this exploding door.
And that'll really piss Shauner off. Whoever the fuck that is.
I want to know who that is.
You don't. No, you don't. You do not want to know who that individual is. He's going to say things about you that are insulting. That's just his style. He once said about someone who may or may not be the person that's currently incarnating my body. I have a feeling that I'm not me. I know that I'm Marcy, right?
Right.
I know that I'm a strange hireling, but inside, I feel like I'm a person that was once accused of being anti-Semitic because I didn't necessarily stand toe to toe with the nation state of Israel and its approach to the Palestinian people. I don't know. Sometimes I get that feeling. But here, right now, in front of the virtual danger room, I don't even know what these words mean. Israel, the Palestinian people, that's what I mean. It's so fucked up about this place. What's happening here?
Call me crazy, but I get the feeling we might be being watched.
I have the feeling that we're being watched by exactly 4 people, and 2 of them might be doing it. And I don't know if we're watching from the inside or the outside.
What is the mirror but a reflection of one's soul?
The fuck is the clock? I don't even know how I got here. I'm going to open up this bomb with my eyes closed.
Really? You're going to wear a blindfold?
No, I'm just going to close my eyes with my eyes open. Because that's how little I care anymore. I don't care if I die.
Sometimes you just got to take that big breath, Marcy. You got to
And it is a 1. Doors open. Boom.
You nailed it. See?
That's right.
This is why you have the 4 in wits. You
see? I set you up and I act like something bad's going to happen and nothing bad happens.
I thought we were about to have a Looney Tunes-esque experience there.
About to. We just did it.
Oh, folks. No.
Now all we got to deal with are these fucking rats. There's 6 rats in this fucking room. There's 6 rats in this fucking room. There's 6 rats in this fucking room. And I've got a charisma of 1. But I'm proficient in charisma. I'm proficient in charisma, but I got a charisma of 1. I'm freak out, Marcy. I freak out.
Simmer down, Marcy.
Yo, I got a 3
in a brown paper bag.
I got 3 and a 6. 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 My will went from 15 to 14. I'm not gonna make it.
Never say never.
You want to do your charisma check?
I will. Charisma check. And this is 2d6.
Are you proficient in charisma? I was proficient in charisma.
I have 2. Yeah, I think I am.
I thought you were proficient in wits.
Or no, I'm sorry. No, I'm not. Yeah, I am proficient in wits. I'm not proficient in charisma. 1d6.
Wait. Hold on. First of all, okay. Did you return your will and your health back to normal?
No. I didn't know they got replenished.
Oh, they don't. Let's not replenish your will. Let's not do it then. Do you have them at good numbers? Do you have them at
22 and 25? I think those are pretty good.
Okay, that's good. Okay, and you keep it because I gotta keep track of mine now. So
okay,
you're keeping good track of yours.
I'm gonna
Okay. So what'd you do? You just did your charisma check.
Here, let me do the charisma check. I got a 3. My charisma's 2. So.
Okay. Oh God.
Oof.
Oh God. Oh God.
Oh God.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know. I'm not doing anything on dexterity, so I'm gonna go right to strength. Okay.
Go for it.
Out. I got
Marcy.
Okay. I got my strength. I'm gonna take my first hand axe. I'm gonna take a swing. I got a strength of 2. I gotta go. Oh no, I got a 6. Damn it. I know it was one of those. Yeah, one of those. The snow rats. The snow rats. They do 1 damage. Oh no! Hold on, wait. Snow rats. 1 damage. Yikes! Oh no! I don't like it.
You're the rats.
No. Let the bodies hit the floor. The body is me. But I got another. I'm gonna take my other hand axe because I'm dual wielding. No.
Roll twice.
I got 3. It's not good enough.
Damn.
So I got another hit.
But
they did things to me. I'm like Linda Blair in Born Innocent. The rats, they held me down. They did things to me. Mr. Plunger, no. Okay, now it's your turn. Now what are you gonna do?
I will do. Okay, so I will do a range attack, and I'm gonna do my ice spell. Okay, so this was 1d3, right?
Wait, no, hold on. You're wet. You got to do your range attack. What we should have done that. What we should have done is when I said I'm not going to do anything during range. That's when we should have done your range. We should do range at the same time and then do strength at the same time. We'll do that for next time.
Okay.
For this time, doing your range. Remember, you're proficient in wits.
Right.
So you're doing 2 dice.
Okay.
And you got to hit.
Okay, so 2 dice.
3 or lower.
I got a 2 and a 6, so I got a.
You got a hit.
Okay.
And so we know that one of those rats goes down, right? Because it's like every time you hit, you get 1 rat, right? At least.
Right.
Because you have at least a 3 wits, and your damage is going to be data plus your wits. So we know at least you get 1 rat. So we got 1 rat down. 1 more rat gone. 1 more rat gone. 1 more rat is gone. All right, so there we go.
Since I'm dual wielding too, can I attack the other rat?
Oh yeah, because now we got to do your strength.
Okay. That's just 1, right? 1 dice.
Yeah, because you can't dual wield a spell.
Okay. Oh, that's right. Okay, 1. I got a 1.
Okay, so this is with you just got a melee weapon, right? Didn't you just buy the melee weapon, right? So
yes, yeah, the scythe. So it was 1d6 plus 1.
So roll the 1d6 to get the base damage, and then add the 1, and we'll see if you get another rat.
Okay. I got a 5.
So there you go. You got another rat, at least.
I want to just smash him like in Itchy and Scratchy, just like a big...
As you wish. Clean down the middle. 1 more rat gone. 1 more rat gone. I'm impressed. Here we go back to the bravery checks. And I'm shaking. Marcy's not feeling good. But
Marcy, it's going to be okay. You're not the same when you don't have a Snickers.
I've never had a Snickers. All I know is that someone called me anti-Semitic, and I don't even know what that means. Charisma. I feel like I'm charismatic. I've been trained for this. I say to no one. Come on. No, I didn't do it. I lose another will.
Oh no!
Oh my God! I'm like Fred Durst on the Not Successful album, going, oh shit, I erased the number and I didn't. Hold on. Am I at 13 now? What am I? I think, or am I down to 12? I erased the number. I didn't pay enough close attention because I was thinking about what I was going to make as a joke. I'm going to say it's 12 now. I think it's 12. Or is it 13? I don't know.
Wait, is this your health? Your health is 13?
That was my will.
Oh, your will is 13. Okay.
I think now it's a 12. Anyway, I'm like Fred Durst, down another will. Oh my God. Now you do your will check too. You do your bravery check.
Okay.
We'll do it we'll do it at the same time.
All right, 1d6. I got a 1.
Oh, so you passed. You did. So you get 1 willpower back.
Oh, so now I've got 26 will.
There you go. So now we'll go to the ranged. We'll go to the ranged thing. What are you going to do on your ranged round?
I'm going to I'll do the ice spell again. I'm too scared to use the light powder pistol.
I don't blame you. I'm too scared to use the whatever, the black powder, nothing.
Okay. So wait, I have to roll 2d6 for my wits, right?
Yes, because you're proficient.
Okay.
You get 3 or lower.
I fucked up here. I got 2 6s. The worst.
Well, you fucked up. Well, at least, they don't have any ranged attacks. You don't get any points against you, so no one hits you. And I'm just sitting there going, "Oh my God, we needed. That's when we get them. That's when we get them with the ice spell. That's what you do. That's what you do. Come on, God damn it! Now we have to fight them off. We have to. Oh God! The hand axes. I got the hand axes. So I rolled the 1 hand axe. I rolled, trying to get a 2 or a 1. Oh God! I got a 4. No! It bites me. One that bites me, and now I have a health of 10. No, it's not enough health. And then I roll again, trying to hit. No. Ooh! I got it. The 1 I got. So I hit him. I hit one, and my hand axe does 1d3 damage plus 1.
Oh.
So, we'll have a D3. I know I have one somewhere. I know I have one on me in my backpack. But here we go. Just have it. Boop. I got a 5. That's a 2.5. Round up. That's a 3. So it's a 3 plus 1 is a 4. I got killed one of the rats. I killed one of the rats.
You did it, Marcy.
We got half the rats
believe
are
in
dead.
you.
Half the rats are dead. Half the rats are dead. Okay. Now wait. So wait. You use your scythe. Take a slice.
Oops. I dropped one of my dice.
Love of Jeff. Kill one. Kill another one.
Okay. So roll 1 for strength. 6. God damn it.
And the one that bites you, they hurt you. They bite. They bite with the one bite, and they hit you with the 1 point of damage. The snow rats, terrible things. Terrible things. The snow rats.
Those rat bastards.
Son of a bitch. Here we go. It's time. Take stock. I'm the bard. I'm the bard of bravery, Marcy, and I tell you, I sing a song of bravery. We will not defeat, we will not fight, and we will be better of the things that we do.
I got a 1.
I got one.
We both got ones, and
There we go. So yes, there we go. We realized we're rolling at the same time. We just improved our efficiency by 50%. That's it. That teamwork makes the dream work. We just improved our efficiency by 50%.
We're like the Harlem Globetrotters.
That's like all the difference in the fucking world. That's the difference between like whether or not Grandpa dies, you know what I mean, or whether or not we make the money to get him the heart, right?
Oh,
honestly. So my willpower just went up by 1 because I got one of those things. I got the willpower there. Oh shit! I forgot. You can use willpower to re-roll a dice.
Really? I didn't know that. How does that work?
Earlier.
I had no idea about this, or I didn't see it.
I've been playing with high-level characters for so long, I forgot about shit like that. But you run the risk of running out of willpower.
Yeah, it's like, is it really worth it?
Well, but sometimes it depends. It's like you could be like the difference in this. But look, we're halfway through these rats. We're gonna kill these rats, and then we might call it a night because we're at 2:30 and you just yawned. That might be, and it's 8:45, so we might be, and it's night. It's the nighttime now.
That's true.
But we got half these rats are on their way, and we're at double proficiency now. We've also realized that we can roll at the same time.
Yes.
So here we go. So then after the bravery comes the ranged. I don't do anything during ranged except pray for you.
Okay.
What are you going to do during ranged? You going to fire the spell?
Yes, I'm going to fire the spell.
Okay. Remember, you got proficiency. So wits, 2 dice. Oops. 3 or lower. You can do that.
I dropped 1, so we're not going to count that. I'm sorry.
Unless it's scored.
Okay. 2 dice. A 3 and a 5, and
one of those is a hit. The 3 is a hit, right?
3's a hit, yeah.
Okay, so then you got one. So we got another rat down. So we got 2 more rats to go. So now, strength,
bitch! I freeze him like Iceman and X-Men.
Heck, he freeze him so bad he dies. It'd be a really cool effect. So now strength. We both have the same strength score. So we roll our dice. If we get 2 or a 1, we hit. And remember, I'm gonna. Oh, you know what? I'll roll both my dice at the same time. Not because I'm proficient, but because I'm dual wielding. Because I've got two of the little axes. Right. Okay. Here we go.
Just my
1 and a 2, and you know what to do. Here we go. Boom.
I got
shit. I got a 5 and a 6.
Yeah, I got a 4. I didn't do good either.
Okay, so I lost 2 health points. You lost 1 health point. So I'm down to 8 health. Okay. And like the ever circling tides, we come back to. What do you think we come back to?
We're going to come back to our bravery check.
Our bravery check. That's right.
Do it.
I've got proficiency in charisma, so I've got 2 dice. My charisma is a 1, so I can only hit on a 1 anyway. So, oh gosh, oh Lord, will I do it? No, I didn't.
I got a 1.
Oh, you did. So you got your 1 will back. I lost, so I lose a willpower. Ranged. And we got 5 viewers. We say hello to our 5 viewers again. Thank you for sticking with us.
5 viewers. Thank you for joining us.
Absolutely, absolutely. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Pay attention to my Patreon. I've been sued. Not by Noah Patterson. Yes. But the night is young.
There's always room to expand.
There you go. Did we do? We did charisma. Do you want to do your spell?
Yes, I do. Let me roll my 2d6, and I fucked that up. I got a 5 and a 4.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to stop fucking that up because your ice spell is really an opportunity to kind of cut through this madness. So I'm gonna really need you to stop whiffing on the spell.
Not all hope is lost. I can still roll for the scythe.
You could. Or do you want to use this opportunity to spend one of your willpower points? You do have like 25 of them.
Oh, I have 27 at this point. Yes, actually, yes, I do want to spend.
Why not, right?
Why not?
You can re-roll both die. You have proficiency.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna re-roll.
Of the rules.
I'm gonna re-roll for my long range attack, and I'm gonna sacrifice 1 willpower point. Okay. You can tell I do great in Vegas. Yes, a 6 and a 1. So 1.
There you go. Thank God. We got 1 more of these guys gone.
1 is dead.
Okay. So we're down to 1 last guy. So now we're at the strength portion of the proceedings. I'm dual wielding, so I've got 2 of these, two dice in my hand, just because I'm dual wielding for efficiency's sake, and we're gonna roll both of them at once. You gotta take a swing with your scythe.
Yes, I am.
I'll try and hit 2 or 1s, 2s or 1s, because we are not what our parents would consider real toughies, right?
No. We didn't get on the football field.
Dad did not consider me what was known as a real man's man.
Come on, roll a good one.
I got a 1.
I got
a 1.
You carried us here. I got a 4.
What did you get? You got nothing?
Got a 4, yeah.
Okay. I got a 1 on at least one of my things. So my hand axe does 1d3 plus 1 damage. So let's see what I got for damage. I got a 1, and it's 1d3 plus 1, so I got 2. Great, because the snow rats have 3 hit points, so that last guy is still there with 1 hit point. You son of a bitch!
He'll be very easy to kill, okay?
He will be. What would have been even better if that he was already dead. But we can't have it all, and the dance continues.
Are we going to be scared on our bravery check by a dying rat?
The thing with the system is at this point, right? If I was DMing and not just co-oping with you, I might say something here like, now, folks, here, the last enemy is here with 1 hit point. I might do something like, you have a bonus of +2, right? Or like -2 to the charisma roll, right? As a bonus, meaning like, because you're obviously feeling very, very brave now because you're down to 1 snow rat who has 1 hit point of health, right? Let's go ahead and just give ourselves that -2 to the roll on the charisma roll because we've got 1 rat left and he has 1 hit point. I'm feeling fairly confident, right? Aren't you?
I am feeling very confident.
Well, let's not be gluttons. Let's just give ourselves a -1. You know what I mean? We were just criticizing the lack of granularity with adding, modifiers. We'll give ourselves -1 on this roll because we are down to one snow rat, and he does have merely 1 health point. So we'll just go ourselves and be honest with ourselves for a sense of immersion. We will say that we are feeling fairly confident. I dare say that that's an honest assessment of the situation, right?
Yes.
We have this in
Snow Rat is missing one arm, one leg, his tail, and he's going bleh in a puddle.
Right. You know what I mean?
We're just sitting here in the corner like this, like I can't believe it. Like,
right. We might even want to add like Morkborgs. Like we might even want to give this guy like a morale, like a what they call like a morale check to see. We might want to like negotiate with this guy, see if we want to just let him go. You know what I mean? Like. Fuck, exactly. Like I feel bad for the guy, but we certainly want to give ourselves a bonus on the charisma roll because if we blow this charisma roll, that's not immersion. That's just like a fault of the system. Like, excuse me, right. I failed the charisma roll. I don't think so. I think I passed this one, right?
I got a 1.
Right? Thank God, because I got a 2 and a 4. But giving myself that -1. Guess what? We passed the charisma roll. That's why it makes sense that we gave ourselves that modifier. Because, yeah, it's one snow rat and he's got 1 health point. Thank you.
He's a bleeding snow rat in his dying moments. Like, come on now.
Yeah, you know what I mean? He doesn't look pretty, but he's not scary anymore. You know what I mean?
No.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm not going to hurt you unless maybe I can inch my way.
Right.
Just close enough.
Get this guy with the spell so we get the fuck out of here. My God. Okay. You're the one that's on it. You know what I mean? Like,
we're going to roll 2d6. God, fuck.
Are you serious? I'll kill you. I'll kill you like you're the fucking... I'm losing a charisma roll to you. To your rolls.
You are.
You fucking serious?
I'm so sorry.
Are you fucking serious?
At least you know I'm an honest player. Like, wait, you know what? No, I'm going to sacrifice another
one. Yeah, you are. Point. Come on now. You got to
sacrifice another willpower point. I have 25 now, and we're going to try this again. 1 and a 2. I completely destroy the rat. I freeze him. I do a little kick, and he smashes into 1,000 pieces. I put him out of his 3.
Now, would you like to do the honors of the treasure roll?
I would like you to do the honors of the
treasure roll. Thank you. The reason that we're here, big money, no whammies.
No whammies. Big money.
5. Oh. 5 gold.
It's not bad.
Not bad.
Not bad at all.
And I'm here to help you, right? So we'll do 3-2. 3-2. You get 3 gold, I'll take 2.
That's extremely generous. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm a generous person.
Well, we kicked some rat ass.
That's it, folks. So the takeaway from today really is this, is that a dex build can work, but you definitely want at least 1 melee weapon. You want your dex build can work, but you want your melee weapon. You can take your build in all sorts of directions, but your build, especially with an early beginner version of Micro Chapbook RPG, is probably going to have to begin with a strength-based build, and then if you grind, then you can get yourself out there. But bear in mind, there's a lot of Micro Chapbook RPG products out there that have got a lot of different specialized classes. When you have some of these wizards and clerics with different spells, those spells can make all the difference in the world. Setting up these danger room type scenarios where you set up these rooms where you're not having to worry about the endless random generations, but rather you have the scenario set up in a way that you can repeat experiences over and over again, can give you opportunities to test out builds, see what builds can work, what builds will never work, and see some different things and have some different experiences. and do different things. There you go. And like any system you see, like you saw with me and Sam, it may just be a simple solo experience, but when you get together with friends and you add in the storylines, the narratives, the back and forths, that's when you can have any system turn into a real role playing game experience. Sam, would you be interested in having had the intro experience? What was your intro experience like? What's your assessment? What do you think you need to do more of? Would you be interested in exploring more, playing more? What's up?
Yes, no, I definitely would be interested in exploring and playing more. I think if somebody wanted to play this, like I purposefully kind of chose some weird classes here, Wizard and the Ranger, just because for no other reason than I wanted something different. Obviously, I made a huge mistake by not getting at least a little dagger at the very beginning, which is something I will never fuck
Rookie
up.
mistake. Rookie mistake. Rookie mistake. You built your characters like you were playing a traditional RPG like D&D or Pathfinder, and it's just the system. Micro Chapbook RPG out the gate just kind of does out the gate. You kind of need to do strength builds, but they tried to do some things in later systems to try and change that. As you see with the advanced systems, we could do some sort of experimentation, add some different feats and classes and different things in, and we'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get more things going. And like you said, if you do more than one character, you do three characters, or you get some co-op going. Those hindrances and problems can fade away, and people can complement each other a little bit more. But I had a blast, and I thank you so
Yeah,
much.
I did too.
Blessing my channel, and we'll do it again real soon, hopefully.
Yeah, absolutely. I was gonna add at the end too, like if anybody wanted to try this at home, like I bet the fighter is probably your best bet for like your whatever might be considered the fastest playthrough. But in a weird way, I kind of want to just I want to do a solo playthrough of the bard just because I'm masochistic like that. I just want to see if it's even possible.
Absolutely, and remember, a solo playthrough does not necessarily just mean a solo playthrough with just one player character. If you have three-player characters, as long as you're remembering to have them all do the bravery checks, all do the various checks, and just make sure you're tight with making sure that everyone pays attention and plays through the rules set, then you're doing fine. Only one person has to try to disarm the traps. Only one person has to do certain things, but as long as everyone does all the moves in the combat, that's where it opens up, and you can have one person be the meat shield, one person be the kind of the damage sponge, and then have someone else be the wizard. And
You saw even with just the two of us, like, and you tried to purposefully make your character bad. Like, just the two of us did quite well.
yeah, that's it.
Our system, we cleaned house.
Right. And that's a lot. A lot of it just comes down to what this game really comes down to. It is at its heart a simple dungeon crawl. It is at its heart basically like a roguelike at its most simple, like the first generation of JRPGs, like Dragon Quest or Final Fantasy, where it's just basically it's going to come down to repetition. How many health points do you have? Press your luck or leave the dungeon. Abandon hope and go. Turn around and go back for the health points, health potions, and or do you have enough people with you that someone's going to be able to drag you back and resurrect you? And when you get to the advanced character guide, like I said, for all my problems with the leveling system that I didn't think worked and all the problems that didn't work, they had some stuff that does work. A character with a resurrection spell that can bring a couple of guys back. That is a lifesaver. That could turn your enjoyment of some of the tougher games. I would dying to. There were a lot of games that I ran into dungeons with that Noah turned out that I thought were unplayable with basic characters. If you look at some of these characters, you might say, "Hey, the enjoyment factor might be able to be turned around, and this might be able to be actually usable at this point, you know? And there you go. And in summation, from the Egyptian Tarot, we say hello to Miss Renee Miss Jonaside.
Oh, hello, Miss Jonaside.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We have the Knight of Wands, Heir of Fire. Fire, I take you to burn. Listen, going across the desert on a journey, we seek, we create, we move forward. We have ideas, and we seek to see those ideas come to fruition. Be wary of what you are thinking about. Be wary of what you're looking forward to, and be wary of what you're seeking. Keep your eyes on the prize, and don't lose track of what you're truly, truly seeking. Because there are things out there that will seek to hypnotize you. Sometimes slowly, sometimes quickly, and oftentimes with deception. Leading you to believe that you made choices when you hadn't. And someone, in fact, behind the scenes had made the choice for you. And all of a sudden you realize, how did I get on this track? How did I come down this path?
Letting the days go by, letting the water flow in.
Exactly.
Once in a lifetime.
But remember, when you find yourself in unfamiliar spaces wondering how you got there, it's okay. Because you just realized, you just asked the most important $1 million question. The question that's going to help you get back on track. Ladles and jelly spoons. Contact me. Put it in the comment section below any questions or concerns you have with this or any other questions or concerns you might have with Micro Chapbook RPG, and I will try to answer them. Poorly, on purpose. I seek to deceive your quest. I'm the Noah Patterson. I'm the Agent Smith to his Neo Patterson.
Just send them a short blog on why you should never bet on a digital greyhound.
There's no spoon, and there is no digital greyhound. We've been over this. I thought we had been over this, but apparently
I needed a refresher. I kid.
There's some things you don't want to joke about, Sam. You learned the hard way. I kid, but not about that. I'd do anything for love, except joke about digital greyhound. And Shawner, that guy is $1 million. I'll tell you who else is $1 million. The basic expert.
The basic expert.
The basic expert.
I'm not familiar with this individual.
You should be. No,
they are a professed expert.
I'll tell you. You know what the biggest debate currently raging in online irrelevancy into the TTRPG space is?
Oh no! What is? I'm afraid to ask.
Mythic dungeons, and whether or not mythic dungeons are a thing, or whether or not dungeons should be realistic, or I don't know. I don't understand. But apparently, Gary Gygax in the Bible, and and it's because the underworld is.
Well, how the hell do they define realistic if we're
giant rats? I have no idea. I think it has something to do with the fact that a lot of the people in the TTRPG space are in fact socially awkward weird jerks who don't know how to communicate with other human beings successfully because they're human beings and flawed. But that's okay. You know what I mean? So it's okay. But they're amazing. Look at this guy, Basic Expert. My impersonation of the Basic Expert is like this. I'm a reasonable guy. I'm willing to communicate and talk to people, you know? But if you come at me and you say to me things like, your responses to me are things like just smooth-brained, you know, straw man arguments like, I don't know what I'm talking about, or, you know, rules can just be hand-waved, and obviously you don't know what you're talking about, well, then I'm just going to block you or shitpost you. And if that makes me come off as mean and that hurts your feelings, well, then I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Imagine being blocked because you disagree about the rules.
You know what I mean? That guy, you know what I mean? It's like, wow. You know what I mean? It's like, or there's another guy called a DM. I think his name is DM James, and he calls himself the Great Yakubian because that's actually like, you ever heard of like the Moorish Science Temple, like the big-headed scientist, the guy that was supposed to have invented white people.
Oh yeah, Jacob.
Jacob. He calls himself that because he thinks he's like black people are just as racist as white people, and he talks about like that theory, and I'm like, well, you know, but he's just like straight up, like he is just like beyond level. Like he once had this whole tirade about like this other guy was accused of anti-Semitism because, you know, he was an anti-Semite, and he came to his defense. He was like, that guy's not an anti-Semite, and they started talking. I was like, oh, you just like, you're trying to prove that he's not an anti-Semite, and all you're doing is basically proving that you're an anti-Semite. It was just insanity. And the number of people that appear on this guy's like broadcast is just like nuts.
And this is the tabletop RPG community. That's upsetting.
Like, we're not racist. We're not anti-Semitic.
For the Louis Farrakhan tabletop RPG, the adventures of the Prophet Elijah Muhammad in the Nation of Islam.
Yeah, no, it's like, yeah, well, it's like, okay, it's like you say whatever you want to, but it's like, you know, it's not exactly the same playing field. You can't exactly, you know, say that, you know, that is the equivalent of, you know, holding people in bondage and slavery, or, you know, and I mean, I don't want to go like, you know, start a debate with, you know, people who don't understand things, but it is what it is. But it's glorious, and there's always infighting. You know, they're always accusing each other of being incredibly wonderful people. Oof. But it'll be great to see how they react to the elections in November. So it's all wonderful, and that's life. But we don't need to worry about that. Jonaside is not in favor of digital greyhounds, but I think digital Chihuahua racing, that's worth gambling on. Well,
this is how far out in the sticks I am. I remember about this time last year, they had pig racing at a local fair, and it was on the news. It was on the news.
On the news. That was it. That's just how far the sticks I am. It was on the news.
It was on the news.
There you go.
Hell yeah, I showed up to watch the pigs. You better believe I had a $5 bill in my hand. Come on.
Yeah, it was like, and I was on it was on the news. And I know, because I was there.
Yeah, they interviewed me and everything. It was great.
They interviewed you?
I'm just kidding. No.
Oh, that would be great.
I was playing along with your joke.
Oh, that would have been classic.
Like the camera over, and I'm like, hey, I've got a little straw hat and overalls on, and like a fistful of ones. Like, get him! Let's go fishing, y'all.
Let's get him. This is like, you were on the news.
I hope I'm never on the news for good or bad. Put it that way.
Yeah, stay away from the pig racing down at your local.
Listen, I just wanted to eat a funnel cake and ride the bumper cars like any good human being.
Hey man, I just wanted to go into the mythical dungeon, but you know what I mean? I got accused of being an anti-Semite, you know what I mean, for not standing toe-to-toe with Israel and their position on Gaza. We all have dreams, dude. You know, we all have dreams, sweetheart. You know, what are you gonna do? Hope springs eternal. Anyway, we missed 9/11, but it's 9/13. Okay? We will catch y'all on the next one. We had a heck of a time. We didn't level up. That'll take approximately 3.5, 4 hours, 5, 6 hours more of play. I think we got it in us.
I think so.
But not tonight.
I mean, not in one sitting. My ass is already going numb.
Yeah, we need a couple of more pig races and maybe some glass.
Oh my god!
Right. Speaking of the backwoods of Florida.
Listen, my point was, you might not bet on a digital greyhound, but you can still bet on a pig. At least in Florida, God damn it!
At least in
Don't
Florida.
judge me, okay? You can bet on anything with enough imagination.
Hey, listen, pay attention to the
or lack of self-control.
Let's go to kick.com. You can probably gamble on it right now.
Yeah, I'm sure. See, I don't trust that, though. I trust that about as much as I do the digital greyhounds, all of this digital casinos and stuff. Like,
don't trust any of that.
Don't trust any of it. Yeah, it's actually, I don't gamble at all. I would rather have $5.
Oh, you gamble. Oh, you gamble, sister. You gamble.
No, I don't. No, I do
gamble. Not. Listen, you just said that you're currently residing in a place in the sticks where the local pig races at the fair made the news. Darling, I'm telling you, I don't know. I'm not judging the Christian hearts of the people around you, but I'm going to go out on a limb here and say you're gambling.
Me at all.
What'd you say?
I said judge them as much as you want to.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and weigh their. I'm going to go ahead and pull a little Osiris here and we'll weigh their hearts and tell you, honey, you're gambling.
Listen, there are cathedrals everywhere with those who have eyes to see them.
Yeah. I agree. I agree. There's a lot of people see beautiful cathedrals as targets. I'm gambling all the time, too. All the time.
Hey, I'm sure Bukowski would be all about it. He loved a good horse race or a dog race. I don't think
don't let that guy be your judge. That guy, you know what I mean? That guy also liked kicking women on the couch, you know what I mean? There's a whole lot of things the guy liked.
No, that's true too.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Beware the romance of the writer's disease, you know what I mean? We'll get James Joyce involved and get all sorts of problems. Wake up with herpes and syphilis, you know what I mean? It is what it is, you know? My God. Anyhow, speaking of gambling, I got to get out of here. You know what I mean? I got a commute out of me. We are done.
I had an excellent time.
Remember, folks, the end times are upon us. Okay? The Christian nations are destined to fall. We need to vote for Kamala Harris.
Vote for Kamala Harris.
Michelle Obama can come, rein in the Christian heathens, and turn all people into good gay Muslim transsexual worshipers of the great goddess Beelzebub. We are here for your children. We want the darkness to reign. Everyone must be communist. Christianity is stupid. Communism is good. I'm kidding. That was a joke.
I just planned on eating spinach every day, drinking water, and never going outside again.
Well, don't do that.
Okay.
That seems right.
It's a bit excessive.
That seems a bit excessive. Listen, folks, we do love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. We all love you. If no one told you they loved you today, we tell you we love you. Play games. Play Micro Chapbook RPG. If you're interested in playing with us one day, Send an email to c.w.chanter@gmail.com. Reach out. You got any socials you're trying to push? Anything you want to push? Anything you want to say? Or just whatever, reach out or just say hey or whatever or nothing? No? Okay, cool. We love you. Peace.
Awesome.
Adios. Check
Have
out
a good one, everybody.
Subscribe. Comment. Join the Patreon. Send me a PayPal donation if you feel so inclined, or don't. Or just thumbs up the video or whatever. Okay? Until next time. Everything is gravy. It is. It's what the world is made of. It's all gravy. It's all gravy vibrating at different frequencies. They lied to you in school. Terrence Howard is made of gravy. And Joe Rogan is just gravy at a different frequency. Think about it. Micro Chapbook RPG is a metaphor for J. Scott Garrity gravy. It even sounds like it. Infinite staircase of gravy.
Joe Rogan is like a peanut shell that accidentally fell in your gravy while being served at Cracker Barrel.
RPG pundit gravy. It spells the same thing forward and backwards.
It's like race car.
Duh. Basic Expert is Jewish. Okay? He's married to that guy, DM James. You didn't realize that? They have a daughter together. That's that kid that keeps on showing up in the streams. Duh.
I don't even know what the difference to
RPG Pundit is a woman. You don't need to do a trans investigation to figure out that beard and that pipe is just how they stay alive on planet Earth, because they're really an holographic angel made of Jesus Christ crystals. Duh. If you don't know that, then you don't even have the right to call me on the telephone that is Telescope X, Elon Musk, disordered disease. Hello. And with that, I'm out.
Good
Figure
night.
it out.